drafted.
Need to add the screeching potato.
There we go. Now I unmuted myself. It's fine. And I need to make sure the Discord is... Okay, it's on this server. Good.
Hello, chat. Welcome to Nightwave Live.
I see a chicken nugget. Yeah, it is a chicken nugget.
You're damn right there is. Oh wait, we're not 2 hours in. There goes monetization.
Fluffy chicken nugget. Oh no, it's okay. It's
That's
within
a
10 minutes.
So wait, a fluffy chicken nugget. Does that mean it's a moldy nugget?
Oh
Ew.
no! Come on.
Dare say that to me.
Little Ronkin Serpent is very upset with you, Tim.
Scree!
Is that an Emmett Scree?
Emmett Scree!
You know, we never called it that, but you know what? I'm gonna call it that now.
Emmett Scree!
Emmett Scree. I'm sorry, Malice. That is your life now.
Oh no.
Emmett Scree.
Well, you know, it could be Wookla Scree.
Oh, you're not fair.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to scream very much because I still am with I'm with people that go to bed at a normal time. Volume is low. Is it really? I'm peaking in yellow. I can turn myself just, up a little bit here. Somebody mentioned, by the way, if the voice is different. It is a little bit different because I am trying to tune it to where it doesn't sound like I'm a lady with a smoker's lung. Even though people have told me they don't care about that, I kind of do. You know, I said it last night, kind of as a joke. People make fun of me, chat. You can't make fun of me, so I'm gonna. Only my friends can make fun of me, so I'm removing all the things that allow you to make fun of me, so that you can no longer do it.
That was our entire job is making fun of you.
Our job is making fun of you. What?
This is very true. Only for the Chimkin, Akko, and Temp sound about right. Cool. Well, the chicken is kind of low anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to yell myself.
To be fair, so am I.
Ugh. Well, another week has come and gone, chat. This one has ended on a bit of a higher note, in my personal opinion.
It's also ended on a weird note.
In what way?
Oh, the Pokemon leaks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Malice, please tell me
talk
you did
about
not.
that.
Please tell me you heard about the Pokemon leaks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I briefly
tonight's
read
gonna...
over them.
Chat, we don't have a whole lot in terms of game news. By the way, if you want to suggest things for us to talk about that might fall in line with game or pop culture, join the Discord, the MommaOcco Discord, and you can suggest things for us to react to or look at. And yeah, this is gonna be a funny night, my personal opinion. If you haven't yet already, I did do a stream last night talking about kind of like where I've been, where things have been come from. So if you haven't watched that yet, I would encourage you to do so that you kind of understand why I've been mostly unresponsive for the past couple of weeks. If you're in my Discord, you pretty much already know. But the stream is there for you guys. Temp, how's your week been? What have you been doing this week?
Good.
I know you played Zelda.
Played Zelda. I finished Zelda.
You finished Zelda. You know, we can talk about that really quickly. I'll finish that game when I get to it, because you know me. I will play games when it is the right, appropriate time for me to do so.
Yes.
But I figured we could spend some time talking about what you thought about the game, because you finished it.
Yeah. Absolutely. As far as that, my stream week was an absolute shit show. Because I didn't conform to this is what I'm playing, and I just said, fuck it.
Really?
Well, because we did Destiny, and the plan for Destiny was Dungeon. We didn't do Dungeon, which, under understandable circumstances.
Yeah.
My apologies for that.
And then I did an hour of Pikmin, and then we did more Destiny.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I gotta make sure that my Twitch is popped over to... not say
I'll make sure you're actually live.
No, I'm live, but it also says I'm
yeah.
live playing Destiny 2, and that's a lie.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't want to lie. I've put it over to podcasts and talk shows for this. I felt like that was more appropriate.
Agreed.
It's literally what this is. So.
Exactly. want to make sure that we pair. Twitch can get mad at you if you don't pair things correctly, so make sure that you pair it correctly. Also, really quickly, before we go into anything, really crazy. Shadow Walker, thank you for the membership. Welcome to being an elite goober. You get free, well, not free. You get emotes included in your membership and membership streams, which I will hopefully do one this week. And Bug, thank you for the 2. Akko said Supas were free. I didn't say they were free. I said that you might get one if you were a premium member. And then Duello tipped 2, saying, so the leaks concerning Pokemon themselves, I think people are overreacting, as it's pretty clearly in universe folklore. I doubt it actually happened literally like Pokemon's Grim Fairy Tales.
Well, okay, so we can talk about that.
It doesn't matter if it did or didn't actually happen.
We're gonna be on the topic very long, I don't think. So we can talk about that. I'm gonna swap over to actual gameplay so you all can see what I'm doing.
Oh, you want to just talk about that now? I thought we were gonna talk about.
I don't think that's gonna take very long, honestly.
What, the Zelda stuff?
The Pokemon stuff.
I don't know.
Unless you want to hold off on that.
Let's shoot the shit for a little bit before we talk about that. I want to learn. I want to hear about what you thought about the.
About Zelda.
Yeah, I'm very curious. So
okay.
Let's talk about Zelda first.
So.
We'll get there. We just gotta like chug slowly.
I think so I've been watching Arlo's videos, and those who don't know Arlo, the Cookie Monster looking puppet guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I hasn't been sued yet for that.
Because it's actually distinguishable enough that it's not the Cookie Monster.
I mean, fair enough.
And also, Disney gives exactly 0 shits about the Muppets.
Yeah. And before this goes into a 151 Smash or Pass stream, I mean, we could do that tonight, chat. I feel like it would be fun enough.
Oh, God.
I'm not doing that.
Blue Muppet Man? Yeah. So, Arlo basically said, like, he did a video about the lore of this game.
Yeah.
I think it was today, actually. And I watched it. And he's like, when you go into a Zelda game, you expect the typical, hey, it's Link fighting Ganon and Zelda's been kidnapped. Go get the Triforce. That's it. That's Zelda.
Yeah.
So, when Echoes of Wisdom not only dropped us a new villain, but dropped us, like, lore bombs that span pre-Skyward Sword, like, before Demise.
Oh, yeah. I did. So I did listen to his video, even though I haven't finished playing it, and I thought it was interesting.
Like, Echoes of Wisdom for me went from this is a fun game to, I'm very interested in the lore of this.
Mm-hmm.
Skyward Sword is peak Zelda. You know what, Mood? Skyward Sword, I love Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks is great. I don't like its gameplay, but...
Wait, what? That's not Zelda though, or that's not Spirit.
No, I said Skyward Sword and I retraced back to saying Spirit Tracks. Because they both start with S. My brain fumbled that.
I see. Fair enough. I like Spirit Tracks. I never got to play it because I didn't. It's one of those games I need to buy because it's a DS only game, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to buy it because I have a 2DS.
I talked about it on like 2 or 3 streams ago. I think it was during the Breath of the Wild stream I did, where I played Spirit Tracks. And the reason I played Spirit Tracks was because I was visiting a friend, and he was playing it, but he hadn't made it very far, and he was doing absolutely dog shit at the game. Like, really bad. And I saw it at a Target, and his mother was like, hey, I'll just buy it for you. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, sure. I beat it on that trip.
You beat the whole game?
I beat the whole game on that trip in like a 3-day span. In front of the friend who was having trouble with it. Let's just say it motivated him to progress, and he was very angry.
I'll be honest, I'd be very angry too if you beat... Now, chat, I feel like this is important for me to say. Temp is really good at games. Me, not so much sometimes. Sometimes I feel like he's just able to pick up and do something. Me, I kind of just like watch him. I'm like, what the fuck? I've been trying this for so long.
Dom.
I'm sure that we can come up with examples of that, but like, I just suck at video games sometimes.
Dom, one of our friends, you all probably know him, has dubbed me basically like, what if I was like an Asian Jin, or the Asian Jin?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's like twice the oppression there. Not only are you a ginger, which is something that Asians can't be because Asians can't be ginger, but then you're also that's like literally a mutation.
Yeah, it is. But it's because I'm so good at games. Like, the only games I'm not good at is horror and fighting games.
Well, you're not good at horror because you hate horror. That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta
But
get
otherwise,
status, but you know.
I mean, I'm getting better at it.
He's getting better at status, which is cool. I'm very glad that you finally got into the game.
It's easier to get into something when it's actually done in content.
Yeah.
Like, it's not done. They're gonna keep doing more, but the meat and potatoes are here. Now it's just basically expansion content moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, like, Satisfactory has, like, it's one of those things where the game has been quote-unquote done. It's just some of the biggest changes that they made to Satisfactory were moving the nodes around, moving a lot of the nodes around.
Yep.
There are a lot of them they didn't move, and I can tell which ones they didn't move because I'm in the area where I mostly touch them, and they haven't moved them there. They added more nodes, and then they polished and finished the story, and you know.
Uh-oh.
So yeah. Are there two towers?
That...
Did I put 2 towers there? No. But no, Tampa's pretty good at picking up games. Anyway, Zelda. What did you think? Like, how would you rate it compared to the other games?
How would I rate it? Pretty high. Like, well,
Pretty high, and then maybe not.
It's hard.
You have to think about it.
It's hard. It's a very good game.
Mm-hmm.
I had problems playing it. When you hear people talk about reviews, almost every review I've seen has said that the game kind of chugs. And I'm not going to deny the game does have some performance issues.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all like, oh, it's hard to play when you're going down to 15 FPS. And I'm like, I never experienced it like it was that low. Did I experience performance drops? Yes. Was it that low?
Mm-hmm.
No. So I don't know what you're all smoking. But that's a consistent, like, oh, it goes down to like 10 to 15 FPS in some areas. No.
Well, I do remember when you started playing it, when you got to one of the villages, you mentioned that the FPS did drop at some point.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to deny there was some performance issues. But nowhere near what people are saying.
Yeah.
But also, the game has a Breath of the Wild. No. Temp flexing is 40. I have a 4070, thank you very much. And this is on the Switch. I actually played on the Switch. I didn't emulate it.
Which game? Oh, this is the new Zelda game.
Echoes of Wisdom. So. And I want to remind you all that I'm saying this when I have a basic original model Switch. I don't have an OLED. Or a light, so, like... And everyone's saying this is on an OLED, and I'm like, why? You should be getting better performance, so what the hell are you saying?
Might be due to
that's
the
not
OLED's higher, just like visual rate.
Maybe. That is actually very possible.
Wow.
Because it's using more power for its visuals instead of the processor.
Yep.
Because if I remember correctly, the OLED didn't really have much of a processor upgrade.
No. It got a little bit of one, but not enough for it to be substantial enough.
Yeah.
My guess is what happened to this game is it was developed on a Switch 2 dev kit. But because Switch 2 is going to be very similar to Switch 1, at least based on what we've seen, it is very likely that they developed it starting on that, and Nintendo had to move over to Switch 2 dev. And that kind of fumbled some problems.
It's possible. It's possible, it's possible. Maybe optimization? Who knows?
Yeah, oh, it's optimization. And what got people in every review I saw was like, well, how does this game run like shit when Tears of the Kingdom doesn't? Because Tears of the Kingdom was designed for Switch 1 in mind, not Switch 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing. Anyone who's played Pokemon, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Guess what was coming out at that time? The Switch. Guess what those games were designed for? The Switch.
And they were slammed onto a DS.
Yep. And that's exactly what I think happened to Zelda here. So.
Do you think then that they released it on the Switch because they just weren't ready yet to show it on the Switch 2?
No. I think that they had full intentions to release it on the Switch. And
Switch 2 is just not ready.
Why do you think that's the case?
What do you mean?
The Switch has been the Switch 2 not being ready.
Oh, because they're waiting for a specific period of time. I'm sure the actual system is ready.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
But as far as we are aware, they are now mass producing it, like to manufacturers and everything. Like it is now being made for consumers.
Yeah.
A crap ton of Sun and Moon assets were in Sword and Shield. Yep, they were.
Oh gosh, Sword and Shield. That was my first Pokemon game. Not that I finished, but just one that I touched.
I really hate saying don't play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because I think that they have... Ultra Moon, butcher. The amazing game that is Sun and Moon.
It's bad that I actually prefer Ultra Sun.
I think it's better probably in gameplay, but the story...
Yeah, I can see that point.
Because, like, the story for base Sun and Moon was fantastic. But...
I mean... I personally think Ultra Sun did it a little better with the little additions they made, but you know, that's just me.
That's fair.
Is there a patch update for consoles? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Massive Doge, but thank you for the 2. I'm not sure. Also, Obduello, thank you for the 2 again earlier. Keep in mind, there's so many leaks this summer taking advantage of uploading fake stuff, so grain of salt on everything you read.
Yep.
Plus, it's given internal lore, subject to change. Yeah, very true. Very true. Not true to canon until it's officially made public. And they're not going to make it public.
No. So, I'm going to finish what I'm saying on Zelda, and then we can move to what they're saying about Pokemon.
Yes.
But
yes. Let's do that.
Echoes of Wisdom was fantastic. Wind Waker is still my #1 favorite Zelda game, and it will be very hard for Nintendo to dethrone that game for me.
Interesting. I mean, Wind Waker is a close #2 for me. Did I ever tell you what my #1 was?
I'm guessing Twilight Princess.
I've never played Twilight Princess.
No, really?
No. Twilight Princess is one of those ones I just never got a chance to play. I heard it was really good, and I've not seen anything about the game, but I heard it was
Twilight
good.
Princess is considered a lot of people's #1 because it has the best companion in Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh, Midna?
Yep.
Yes.
You know what, fair enough. I've seen enough porn of her to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Sorry, chat. Just being nice. Just being honest here. No, my favorite Zelda game is Minish Cap.
You know, you don't hear anyone say that.
Well, okay. So the reason why it's my favorite is because it is the first Zelda game I ever finished, and I enjoyed every aspect of it. The shrinking, the shrinking part was very fun. The hat was cute and kooky. The moon rune thing that you had to put together. I know that you played it recently.
Yes, I started playing it on NSO. I have not finished it, but I started playing it.
So there is a system in it that I really liked, where you had to get little keys in the function of like little moons.
Yeah.
And you put them together in order to unlock certain things. I thought that was like such a cool thing. And I wanted them IRL. Just because it looked cool, you know. But no, I really liked that game. It had one of my favorite little arcs of Zelda where you had to like rescue Zelda from being petrified forever.
Yep.
That was like the most terrifying
And it also had
thing
Vadi.
in the world. Yeah, but that was like the most terrifying thing in the world. That she was like almost petrified. Like literally, the saddest thing in the world is when you're. Oh wait, have you beaten the game yet? I don't want to spoil it for you.
It's old enough. I don't care.
Okay. There's a point in the game where you have to beat Vadi.
Yeah.
Is it Vadi?
Vadi.
Shadow. I can't remember who it is.
It's Vadi.
You have to get to the top of the castle before Zelda completely turns to stone.
Yeah.
And you have to do it before the bell rings 3 times. It's always like the most terrifying thing in the world because like when you hear it, it's just like, oh shit, she's gonna turn into stone and it's gonna be my fault. I couldn't rescue the princess in time. Oh goodness. I'm 12. Thank you for the 2. The safe bet is that at least for the 3, for the true leaks, it's canon until the way stated. Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
On the same note of like, because body was mentioned, you know that. So remember that same trip I said where I played Spirit Tracks?
Yes.
I said in my stream that I kicked myself because right before I went to the store that had Spirit Tracks, we went to a GameStop. This was back when GameStop was selling GameCube games. I saw Four Swords Adventures at this GameStop, and I didn't buy it.
Chat. Four Swords is probably my second favorite Zelda game.
I've never actually played Four Swords.
It's really fucking good.
I actually had the Four Swords anniversary one that they gave away for free on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost access to it.
It's really good. Four Swords is one of those games that I still need to finish. Now, the Four Swords that I played was not... Because a lot of people probably remember the Four Swords that you played with other people. I did not play that one. I played the one that you could play single player and multiplayer, but I would always play single player because I didn't have any friends when I was a kid. So I am very familiar with that one, and I played it. It was on GBA and it was on the... I think the GBA one was like a it was a 4-player mode, but it was also like a what I'm trying to say is I played the version that allowed you you to play by yourself, basically.
Welcome, Avenged. No, yeah. Four Swords. So at the time, Four Swords Adventures was the game I thought you needed to have a Game Boy Advance and the GameCube and the link cable for, and I was ignorant at the time about that. And you don't actually know that. You can play it on the TV just fine.
Yes. Yes,
but
you could.
I didn't know that at the time, so I just said, I'll buy it another time.
Yeah.
I kicked myself because I have yet to see it for less. It was like $30.
It's just one of those good games. It's just like, Chad, if you ever have the chance to play it, and obviously because Nintendo doesn't like emulation, because it's obviously illegal, I can't endorse you to emulate this game, but if you ever have the chance anywhere else, wink wink, to play it, you should play Four Swords.
I'm sorry, my Lizard Doggo brought me heavy modular frames.
Yeah,
so they'll do that.
Here's what I'll tell you about the Lizard Doggo. He can bring you anything that is currently in the game, and that includes nuclear waste. So if he brings you nuclear waste, you don't take it and you just let him move on.
This is yours now. Chew on that.
Exactly. It is his nuclear waste.
Yeah, if you start getting randomly irradiated, it's probably the lizard dog.
Fair. Good Lizard Doggo. Good Lizard Doggo.
I've had them bring me nukes before. It's really funny.
Fair.
Oh, the explodable ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the
that's
noble
funny.
nukes.
That is really funny. Oh, goodness.
Also, hot take, chat. Hot take. Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time both suck.
Oh gosh, you're gonna piss off everybody in the chat right now.
Ocarina is decent.
I think that they're aged.
You both are trying to upset the audience right now.
Look, I get it. If you like it, you like it. But
Totally.
they feel old. They have not aged well. Majora's Mask is better. Agreed. Majora's Mask is better.
Yeah, it probably is. I don't know. I have not played either. Sadly.
Ocarina of Time is great, but it is dated. Yeah. I've tried playing Ocarina of Time repeatedly. Same with Mario 64. I don't like them.
Why don't you like them, Tim?
They don't feel good to play. I don't know what more to say other than they don't feel good. But that's just probably stemming from the fact that my first 3D Mario was Sunshine. My first 3D Zelda was Wind Waker.
Oh gosh. Oh man. I can't even remember what my first 3D Mario was. It probably was Sunshine. I don't know. Gosh, I loved Sunshine. Sunshine is probably my favorite 3D Mario game.
Oh yeah, Sunshine is my Sunshine is my favorite 3D Mario game.
I'm about to piss everybody off when I said that my first 3D Zelda was Breath of the Wild.
I'm sorry, what? Hold on. The 3D Zeldas are dog shit, are not fun to play, and lack the charm and spirit of the 2D games. I'm gonna disagree, but I understand what you're saying.
Alice, what do you mean you've never played a 3D game until Breath of the Wild?
I didn't play 3D Zelda until Breath of the Wild.
What?
Okay, if Nintendo ever releases these on the Switch 2 at this point, please,
No, I've
please play
played some of the other ones. Just my first one was Breath of the Wild.
Jeez. Okay. Why? I feel like
I mean, it was on the
answer,
Switch,
why?
and he has the Switch. That's part of it.
I just never bought them. I never had them.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
Sunshine is a propaganda to keep the beaches clean. Changed my mind. Sarcasm.
Oh my gosh. No, but I mean, love Sunshine.
Here's the thing. The reason that was my first one is because I didn't really start getting games for myself until I got my Xbox, and then I just stuck to the Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
That's fair.
Fair enough, fair enough.
3D over 2D. I've also never devoted any real time to 3D Zelda other than Breath of the Wild. So, the only Zelda games I finished are Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. By the way, Phantom Hourglass can go suck a dick.
I love Phantom... Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I love Phantom...
Temple of the Ocean Fish can go suck a fat one.
Listen.
I hate that dungeon.
Ocean Fish is literally, like, I hated it too, but it was also fun. Because the moment it clicks for you, it no longer is an issue.
No.
Yes!
No.
I will fight
I had to
literally.
I spent over 3 hours on a goddamn puzzle in that fucking dungeon. I had to use the stylus to figure the dungeon out. It worked. First try when I drew it with my finger instead of the godforsaken stylus. Fuck that place.
I understand that, like, not everybody likes the Temple of the Ocean King. I didn't like it for a while myself, but it is
I much prefer the tower in Spirit Tracks. It has the same problems, but I much preferred it. But
I never
DS
played
Zelda
Tracks,
is
so
just kind of... DS Zelda's
my apologies, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's... I don't know. It's one of those things. It's just one of those things. I love Temp. Yeah, this is why I keep him around.
Temp has the worst Zelda opinions. We can cast him into the sun to appease Nintendo-san. Temp role-playing DSP? Wow!
Oh man, jeez. My heart hurts for you right now. Damn. How is Temp like DSP? I understand that, like, DSP has some shitty opinions, but damn. Oh, I feel like Daddy Jim when he's like, what is that? I feel like I'm having empathy here. My heart actually hurts for real now.
But yeah, no. I was very much just like stuck to the Xbox for
No, yeah. I don't blame you.
most of my younger years.
I mean, that's fair. Was your parents also ones that, like, just bought one thing and told you to deal?
So, no. But the Wii was always, like, in the family room.
Yeah.
It's like I never had access to that much, because my parents were watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
But all I had was, like, a DS and the Xbox series stuff.
Right.
So that's why my entire childhood, even though I was not of age to be playing them at the time, is Halo.
You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense, because out of all of us, Malice is the Halo one.
Yeah.
You played Halo religiously.
I almost every weekend sit down with one of my buddies and play one of the Halos front to back for 2 days straight.
Yeah. Gosh, I remember when me and Temp went through Halo 1 and 2. Oh, that was good memories.
We still need to do Infinite.
We do.
We do.
Oh, we still have to do Infinite. No.
We still have to do Infinite.
Oh no. I've heard that Infinite is okay though, story-wise.
Infinite's alright.
It's not 5.
It's... You cannot be worse. You cannot be 5 unless you are 5. So, like, you know.
Mm-hmm. Is that all you wanted to say about it?
But yeah, no,
I mean,
Halo Infinite is decent. I have some problems with it looking back on it now. Looking back on it after the rose-tinted glasses of like, holy crap, new Halo game that's like, okay.
Yeah.
Have come off. You know,
Infinite is the Force Awakens of Halo games. Anything else to scope?
Ooh.
it's not that bad.
Ooh, that's mean.
It's still not great. I will fully give you
Maybe
that
this
one.
is just me. I don't think The Force Awakens is bad. I think The Force Awakens is made worse by the existence of the other 2 movies.
You know, I'll give you that. 100%.
Like, is The Force Awakens a good movie? No. But I can see what they were going for.
Yeah.
No, I kind of agree with you. Nerdy, thank you for the 5. I feel old because I remember and prefer 2D games a lot of the times I played NES, Sega, Genesis, and the Game Boy line for most of my childhood. I did too. Mostly it was, I mostly played Game Boy until we got a Wii. And then once we got the Wii, I kind of forgot that.
Temp is defending Disney Star Wars. Now it's over. There's no content. We'll fix this. I'm not defending it. I am just saying it is out of the trilogy, it is the best one.
It's the shiniest of 3 turds.
It is.
Still doesn't mean I want it.
If you were to ask me if I wanted to play Halo 5 or Halo Infinite again, I would say Infinite every time. But if you say, do you want to play Halo Infinite or Halo 3, I'm picking Halo 3 every time.
Yep. No, yeah, absolutely.
You know what? Couldn't have said it better myself, honestly. Liar, he's defending it? No, he's not defending it. Come on now, chat.
Like, I understand what you mean by if I'm defending it. But I would be actively defending it if they hadn't made Finn a side character. I actually enjoyed Finn.
Oh yeah, Finn was a good character, and they kind of just straight up shafted that man.
You realize Finn was supposed to be killed off in the first one, right?
Was he really though?
It was either Finn or it was the pilot that was like supposed to be killed off in the first one, and they just
I think it was the pilot.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to die in the second one because like they were like, you know, and then people liked him too much. They're like, okay, we can't kill him. Shit.
So
yeah,
what Victus? No, sorry, it's Cecil. No, wait, sorry, Devil Within. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading your chat. What Devil Within said, The Force Awakens is not a bad movie. It's just a shitty sequel. I think so. Me and my father went to go see Force Awakens in theaters, and that is something that we agreed on. Was this is a shitty Star Wars movie. Star Wars movie.
Movie.
But if it wasn't Star Wars, it wouldn't be bad.
And
fair enough. Fair enough.
I hate the fact that I'm about to say this.
Are you being held at gunpoint?
No. Surprisingly.
Okay, just making sure.
The Halo TV series, if it was not a Halo show, would have been fine. As a sci-fi movie, I think it would have been fine. As them trying to make it's the Halo TV show, dog shit.
Well, yeah, because you're when it comes to Halo, like it's your Warhammer basically. You know everything there is to know about it.
Not everything. There's way too many books.
Right, but like you're kind of the expert.
I actually looked
out of the 3 of us
into the Warhammer books. I was willing to dip my toes in. I saw how many books there were. I'm no longer willing to dip my toes in.
But there's a whole bunch of Halo books too. That's the thing. And like I was like, oh, you know, I could read some of these, and then I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, it like freaked you out, huh? They messed up Master Chief. It sounds like they
They
messed
did.
up more than just
They
him.
messed up everything.
Well, aren't the people that like worked on it the same people that said, "Oh, we didn't read anything about the series. We just kind of did it because we wanted to."
So when it was originally being thing, they were like, "Hey, we brought on, people who know Halo shit," and everyone was like, "Fuck yeah." We then found out about a week before it was supposed to release that they had fired all of those people.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man. Force Awakens is a bad movie. It lacks well-directed actors, cinematography, screenplays, choreography, sound, writing. And its only redeeming quality is that it's CGI VFX that lean too heavy on.
Yep.
See, chat. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I only watched it once because it came out when I was still a missionary, and I obviously wasn't allowed to watch TV.
Can you
and all that kind of
believe
shit.
that The Force Awakens was that long ago?
It 7 years. I haven't been a missionary for 7 years. Let's see. Yeah, 7 fucking years.
Yeah.
Oh. That makes me feel old, chat, and I'm not even that old.
Yeah, so, you were saying you've seen it once. I saw that thing 3 times in theaters,
I'm
not
sorry.
of my own volition.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm old, hold me.
Reason being is, so we saw it the first time. We were like, okay, that was great. I was like, okay, that was fine. And then we went with my grandparents to go see it again, because they wanted to go see it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fine, we'll go see it again. Then we went up to Ohio, and they were like, hey, we haven't seen it yet. Do you want to come?
I'm so sorry.
So many times.
Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's fine. It was a good time with family, but oh my god.
Excuse me. How did we get here from? I think we were talking about video games. And
Yeah,
then we
we
got jumped over to Star Wars.
Yeah. I need to
We were talking about Halo. We were talking about Halo.
Yeah.
And we were talking
bouncing around
about
topics.
Zelda.
Yes. Yes. So when it comes to the new Zelda game, Tim, would you say it was a good one? Bad
I'd
one?
say it was
What do you think?
fantastic.
You say it was fantastic?
Would
You
I
think it
say
was
it's a favorite
wokified
Zelda
by
game?
having a whammon?
So, I know that was something that people brought up very consistently with the whole, oh my god, we're playing as Zelda. They DEI'd it. No. People have been begging for us for a playable Zelda proper for decades.
Forever.
And the way that it was written was brilliant.
Yeah, so far I'm pretty okay with how they did it. I've only really gone through the first dungeon, but so far the way I've seen them do it was pretty good.
Yeah. Why do you?
Zelda had to give up the sword. The formula is safe.
I mean, she has a sword.
Yeah, there is sections where you can play around with a sword, but you're limited, and the entire game is literally just a sandbox of you figuring out puzzles.
Yeah.
I like it though. I think it's pretty good.
Something Arlo said, and I agreed with it, where it was like, it takes the freedom of exploration of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. It does tone it down, but it doesn't make it bad. Like they simplified it in a way.
Yeah. But the whole game is basically you rescuing Link so you can give him back the sword.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay.
So the game, without spoilers, still follows along the same prophecy of that demise. Whereas there's always going to be a Link in Zelda. There's always going to be someone that wields the Triforce of power.
Yes.
There's always the courage, wisdom, power, etc. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bot. Die. Anyway. Which is fine. And the only you play as Link in the very beginning of the game.
Yes. And I think they do that just to illustrate what's going on and all that kind of stuff.
And the whole point, the only reason why you don't play as Link is because Link falls into a rift that he can't escape from.
Mm-hmm.
While saving Zelda. And the only reason Zelda's playable is because the companion that would likely have gone to Link went to Zelda instead.
Yes.
And gave her the ability to make echoes. So she took it upon herself, where she would eventually learn that she is the priestess of prophecy, essentially. Which is, again, the same prophecy that, Demise. Link is...
Hasn't she always been priestess of prophecy? It's not like the whole shtick.
Right, but... That's always been the thing. They still establish it. It's not like... oh, you're just playing as Zelda for the sake of playing Zelda. There is legitimate reasons why. Because a lot of people, when the game were coming out, were like, this is just Nintendo pushing DEI and going woke. When there's actual story reasons why everything has been made the way it is.
Yeah. Can I be honest with you? On the thing of, like, the woke shit. I'm getting kind of tired of the whole everything is woke stuff. I kind of talked about that, like, maybe a couple streams ago. But, like, I understand that there is a lot of woke shit in the world, and I will rail against it when I see it. And it's something I talked about with Rima, I think when we had her on the podcast. But I'm getting tired of calling everything woke, because it just kind of, like, it gets rid of the actual... It makes it to where it's harder to actually, like, find good shit. Because whenever there's something that mildly deviates from what people consider to be normal, they're just going to call it woke. And things that aren't actually woke get called woke, and it sucks. Like, people call Warframe woke all the time, and I understand that, like, they're not necessarily the best with some of their controversies, but Warframe is not woke. They're a Canadian-based company, random Canadian W, very rare thing. That runs a game that is actually pretty good, in my personal opinion. So, people call shit woke, and I just look at it as like, bro, this isn't woke. This is literally just a thing. Like, people were calling things woke before woke was even a term, and it's just like, bro.
We've come to a point where it's like, so many things are being called it when they're not.
Yeah.
Now,
that the actual problems sometimes are not being noticed.
Now,
exactly.
It is there when it's apparent. It's very apparent.
Oh yes, I agree.
Oh,
there are times when it can be apparent.
Like the Dragon Quest thing. That's woke. That's the EI.
Oh yes, that is woke. I agree.
Anything Ubisoft, anything right now Activision, anything EA, basically all. Like they just kind of shovel that in.
Yes, I agree. I just want people to be careful to not fall into this trap of very quickly calling everything woke, because it's not.
I think that's what happened.
You know what I mean?
I think that's what happened with Mario, specifically Thousand Year Door. Because we were all very much like, "Oh my God, they made it woke," but then I actually did the research and I informed literally like everyone I knew that that's not the case. It's just. It was the vocal minority, the trans community, that made it about themselves and tried pushing like, oh my God, they finally agree, are with us. No, they're telling the story they wanted to tell. Now, do I agree with all the dialogue changes? No. But would I call that woke? No. I just think what happened with the dialogue changes, and maybe this is just me being stupid, is sorry, I was reading Victus's comment.
No, you're good.
I think what happened with the dialogue changes is Nintendo found different ways to talk about their story without using the language of that generation. And while I don't like it, I think that it's an RPG. I kind of want a bit more of an adult approach to it with an RPG. But it is also Nintendo. So
it's hard for me because like whenever they make changes to the original, I always have to ask myself, why did they feel like they had to change it? Because like I understand that some of the conversations in the game were probably a little bit more adult, but it doesn't really matter in my personal opinion because it was like nobody complained when it came out.
Yep.
Or if they did, it was such a non-issue that nobody cared.
Yeah, exactly.
So the fact that they change it, that is what worried me. And that's why I think people were quick to say, oh, this is woke.
Warframe is Canadian-based? Yes, Warframe is Canadian-based. Not everything is
Warframe
woke.
is Canadian.
Not everything is woke, but a lot of is. You can't just spurg on everything that has girls in it. Yes. That being said, don't be like Ackman who pretends to be reasonable but only goes after the lowest hanging fruit of the anti-woke mob.
Dude, Axeman is like one of those guys that like is just constantly disappoints me. And I had to stop like having hope that he would quote unquote get it as I kind of think, because there are points with him where I'm like, oh, maybe he's getting it, and then he just like flips the script around and is just like, oh guys, look at heel versus babyface. And I'm just like, yeah, fucking shut up.
Pretty much.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Pretty much.
Speaking of heels versus babyface, did you see that he made a video about his controversy a year later?
I don't even know who that is.
He's the guy that yelled about Starfield.
Oh, the type A, type B guy that...
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, he even said when that happened that was a joke.
Yeah. That's what's funny. Fucking pronouns! Exactly, chat. Shit was funny. Yeah.
Look, okay.
Abduello, thank you for the 2. It feels like Zelda's woke now. Crowd feel like a big psyop. I could actually kind of see that. As mentioned, every fan's been asking for a Zelda-led Zelda for a long time. Very accurate, yes. Everybody's wanted that for a long time. Even when they gave it to us in Hyrule Warriors, it didn't feel like enough. So having this is like a dream come true.
Hyrule.
Having played it's a great example of putting another character in the lead without demeaning the other. Exactly.
Yep. That's cope. Some localizers changed it because they didn't want the idea of otakonokos because they are dudes who look at women who enjoying being feminine. I definitely think there is some localization shenanigans with Thousand Year Door.
There is.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Was.
But I think what people were saying is woke or DEI with Thousand Year Door is incorrect.
I feel like we would have to pull up these specific examples that you found, because you found stuff and shared it with me, and I kind of agreed with you. But
well, actually, I just started Chapter 4 today, which is where a lot of it started. So
yeah.
I will report back on that.
Well, there we go. Chat, Temp will have homework for you.
Wait, hold on, we're getting assigned homework? I didn't agree to this.
I've been assigned homework. You are fine.
Yes. So you look forward to the Dimitri Monroe translation.
Wanda Gamelon was great.
Oh gosh.
In AZ didn't spurg out at the pronoun screen. He slogged through over 8 hours of slot by the time that rain happened. Yeah. I still played Starfield from beginning to end. God, I hate that game.
Yeah, that game sucks ass. And if you play the game, God help your soul. God help your fucking soul if you've ever played that game. I was thinking about buying it.
I'm never gonna be touching.
Good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's one of those ones where I thought about buying it, and I was like, if Temp likes it, I'll consider it.
And not only did I say I didn't like it, I said it was my most hated game of the last year.
I think my favorite quote was like, I hate this game so much that I'm not even going to finish it, and I'm not even going to consider finishing it ever.
Who said that?
A literal quote. I think that came out of your mouth.
Oh, and then I finished it.
Yeah. But you were literally complaining the entire time you were playing it.
I finished it for the sake of saying I finished it, and that's it.
Yeah. Warframe is woke. Akko is just coping to give cash to Tencent. I don't know. Like, legitimately, I don't see.
There's a kappa
like,
at the end of that statement.
Yeah, there's a kappa there.
Oh, does a kappa mean it's a joke?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
See, I would have refunded Starfield if I hadn't played the 2 hours past the refund marker.
Yeah.
Well, that's about how long it takes before you realize
Valve
the game
typically
sucks
allows
ass.
refunds if the game is just genuinely, like, horribly buggy and broken. And this is a Bethesda game, and for a Bethesda game, it was at least semi-functional.
Yeah. I refunded it. I'm just not going to buy it.
Yeah, don't buy it.
I'm just not going to buy
I mean, like, if you can get it for $10, maybe. Fine.
it. Okay. I'll say it right here, right now. Chad, if somebody buys me the game, I'll play it. But you have to buy me the game.
To be fair, I'm not going to lie, it is probably better than Dustborn.
It probably is. Probably is. But I will never touch that game. But I will play it if somebody buys it for me.
Yeah.
Because I've adopted this rule. I've stolen it from Mizu. If you buy it for me, I will play it. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Unless it's like a porn game and I can't play
I
it
will
on
tell you
stream.
right now, well, actually, no, Akko has a dual streaming setup. You'll probably be able to see Akko's stream.
Yeah. you would
Starfield
be
is,
smart as well.
intensive for no good goddamn reason.
Yeah. Asymptote, thank you for the
Get a better
199.
computer.
We won't buy
That
it.
was their excuse!
Don't torture yourself. I tortured myself with Dustborn. I was so bad. Dustborn was so bad that somebody was considering clipping me, and they said that that I just looked like I had such a horrible time that I had no personality. And you know what? Looking back from it, yeah, I didn't have any personality.
Akko, you already played
Dustborn
Dustborn when someone bought it for you? The standards couldn't be lower.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Very, very true.
But no, yeah. Echoes of Wisdom was a genuinely fantastic game. Would I say it's one of my favorites? No. But I had a lot of fun with it. And I think these days, if I had fun with it, that's my barrier. Like,
Yeah.
if I can sit down and I have fun for the many hours I play it, awesome. Like Satis, like, when I last played this game, I didn't like it at all. That might have been just me being an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I'm loving it. This is fantastic. I'm having a great time.
Oh, what, Satisfactory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Female equality, pregnant warframes, trans warframes. I mean, okay. There's really no such thing as a trans warframe. There's a trans character, but there is no trans warframe. There's a warframe that doesn't have an assigned gender because it's 3 different warframes.
Is that Equinox?
No, Equinox is a woman.
Isn't it Zaku
She
you're
just has
thinking
a-
of?
Yes, it's Zaku that everybody
Yeah,
points
Zaku.
to.
Yeah.
Zaku is quote-unquote non-binary, even though I really don't consider them that. They're just a warframe that doesn't have a classification, because literally there are 3 different warframes in one. That doesn't make you non-binary. That just makes you 3 warframes in one.
I don't know why the stream just started dying, chat.
Oh, did your stream start dying?
My stream just red barred and I dropped 10,000 frames in seconds.
Oof. Oof, I'm sorry to hear that. Warframes are just avatars. I am not going to spoil what the warframes actually are. That's something you'll have to discover by... Warframe is one of those games that you don't spoil, chat, so I'm not going to say what they are. If you are curious, you got to play the game yourself.
And play for like what? You have to play for a while to get to second frame.
Well,
Jeez.
it's only a couple hours now, because you don't have to like raise your MR in order to get to that point. You can just like go straight there. It'd be probably a good idea to do it.
I was about to say, you will absolutely get demolished if you try and go far.
Yeah. It's non-binary, I'm coping. I'm not coping. It's literally, I just don't see it like that. And again, maybe this is just me, like, just getting tired of seeing everything as woke, but I just don't look at it as a game where, yeah, there are people that are in the company that have woke facets to them. And that's probably just because they're Canadian. But I don't look at it as a woke game. And I just, like, it bothers me that people try and attribute it as, like, a woke game, because I just don't see it as that.
We might be coming back, chat. I think I might have got it fixed.
For the day the rake will come. I already know what warframes are. again, like I will agree that they have woke facets in the game. I just don't think it's a wholly woke game, and you will not see me agree that it is. Like, they do a good job at not making it unbearable when it comes to the trans stuff during June, where it's just, oh, buy these cosmetics, and they're gonna do trans streams for their Warframe corners. Like, I don't care about that. They can do that. Everybody does that. I just don't want them to, like, make it so blatantly obvious like they do in Concord or in Dustborn. Like, that I definitely don't want. But, like, the way that they do it in Warframe is, like, you know, I can avoid it and not be bothered. If that makes sense.
You don't want it Season of the Echoes.
Okay. Since that's Destiny, and Destiny is a game.
Destiny is a game, yes.
Let's talk about that, because that.
You know what? I'm gonna let Malice take the reins on that one.
Oh,
you want Malice to talk about
on
it?
Echoes? That pile of horse shit.
Echoes is quite possibly one of the worst experiences they've released into that game, period. If not the worst.
Yeah.
I honestly had slightly more fun playing Worthy than I did playing Echoes.
I still am reminded by the fact that we played an unholy amount of Worthy, and I don't know why.
We played an unholy amount of Worthy because you had to progress.
No! We went over rank 200 on the season pass. There is no reason we should have done that.
Well, it was for Rasputin rep.
No.
We had the level of Rasputin's rep. It was,
No. We did that. We were done so fast with Worthy. I think we just kept playing for the sake of playing.
Yeah.
Oh
Maybe.
gosh, why would you play for the sake of
The
playing
problem is that
Destiny?
Worthy's season wasn't bad. It was just the activity that was just like, why?
Yeah, the activity was abysmal. But yeah, no, I have never wanted to just not finish a story in Destiny more than I just didn't give a how it goes.
Yep. Agreed.
That bad.
Akko, let's put it this way.
I mean, you can tell me the story. I didn't.
Curse of Osiris nearly killed the franchise.
Echoes almost did it again.
Echoes almost did it again for a lot of people.
Surprised it
Now,
didn't, considering the space.
I'm going to play
that you
devil's
talked
advocate.
about.
It was a horrible, horrible, horrible season. But it is also the season tied to the expansion, and not.
It is.
And those typically
Those
are awful.
tend to suck.
Yeah.
Well, since it's out now, and I don't feel like people can complain about spoilers, how about you talk about what went on?
So,
Go ahead.
to give the 5-minute synopsis, because it probably wouldn't even take me that long because of how terrible this story was. Effectively, the entire timeline is, okay, when you kill the witness, it releases these shards of light and dark called,
Echoes.
They're actually called Echoes, yeah. And this is where we get introduced to them, and each of them apparently has a different power. So, the first one we get introduced has crashed on Nessus, and we go there and we find out there's someone named the Conductor in charge of the Vex. It's like, okay, who's this? But they keep hinting that it's Maya Sundaresh, and we're like, okay, it's Maya Sundaresh.
Well, they did it a lot in Final Shape too, base Final Shape.
Yeah.
And
I kind
literally.
of hinted that she was coming back. Period.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, it's Maya Sundaresh. Cool. So, for those of you who don't know who Maya Sundaresh is, she's literally part of the reason that the Exos exist.
Yep.
She was involved in their creation, she was involved with clarity control, and she's absolutely insane.
And she was part of the human migration to Neptune, which created Neomuna.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cloud Striders. And Nimbus.
Yeah.
That should have been our first hint that how bad it was going to be.
Yeah. So we find out that it's her again, and it's like, okay, cool. Saint's with us, and Saint is suddenly able to be controlled by her, which is terrifying because, you know, that means she could technically control Exos.
And it's a counter of that, just to make sure. It's because Exos have Vex tech in them, and she's controlling the Vex.
It's because Exos are based in real area. And... oh, absolutely. Arrogant narcissist? Yes, that's exactly what she is. That's actually the better description. But... so she's, like, gained all of this power from this Echo, and she's taking them and, like, making them hers, effectively. And instead of, like, being like, okay, I'm taking over everything. No. My first objective is I'm going to find the version of my love, of, you know, her wife. Who
she's also a lesbian.
Who accepts all the abominable things that I did. Because surely there's a version of her that accepts what I did. The true version of her will accept what I did. Spoiler alert, she finds the true version and fucking kills her because she doesn't agree with her ideas. So then it's like, okay, cool, that's an interesting backdrop of a story. Then we have the entire thing of, like, she's trying to convince Saint that he's not the real Saint. And it's like, oh, okay, that's an interesting plot line. But to, like, round this out and, like, try and make it so Saint is, you know, not alone, being assisted in this journey, they turn it into a comparison of two gay love stories.
Yep.
And that's all it is the entire season is just that crammed down your throat.
Really,
I want to say I have nothing wrong with someone being gay, but oh my god.
To be fair.
Yeah, chat, we are very loving and inclusive here. People can be as gay as they want. We just don't want them to shove it in our face.
Obnoxious. The entire storyline drove me insane.
And maybe this is just me, but I had a problem with them making Osiris and Saint gay to begin with. Not because I didn't mind them as characters, but because when they were written like that, they were written as, like, battle brothers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we're gay. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, what?
Yeah, really quickly, Rain, I am not in creative mode. I am using the hover pack. The hover pack allows you to fly infinitely as long as you're near electricity. That's why I'm placing these randomly down and so that I can continue to fly. Technically, it is kind of like creative mode, but, like, at the point in the game where you get this, it doesn't matter that you can infinitely fly. Yeah.
So, like, the entire thing is like, oh, you know, a comparison between two fights of love, you know. And I just have a problem with how they did it. Like, it could have been handled so much better, and instead you took a storyline, and you took a character, as, like, Maya Sundaresh, and instead of making her this egomaniac, narcissist, who's, you know, just insanely intelligent and all this, you instead focus her entire character on the fact that she's gay.
I think a laid-off Bungie employee bragged about retconning them to be gay. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll talk about the Pokemon leak in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We're kind of just talking about.
So instead of having this engaging character that had this potential to be an amazing setup, you instead took this character and just smacked gay on her, and that was it.
Yep.
It's so boring.
Yeah.
Cause here's the thing. She'd been in the story before that, just as a regular EXO.
Yes, so that was Season of the Splicer. And this season kind of really highlights the sunsetting problem.
Yeah.
And technically so does the current season, Revenant.
Revenant really highlights it.
So the seasons or stories or expansions that are required for you to understand Echoes is Curse of Osiris, Season of Dawn, and Season of the Splicer. All of them are unplayable now.
Yeah.
Same with Revenant.
Yeah.
Splicers required. Forsaken is required.
Yeah. To understand what the hell is going on.
Forsaken is 100% required, and Forsaken is unplayable.
Yeah.
I'm mad about that.
Yeah. At least they don't charge you for it. Destiny got the gay.
So that.
And again, I think
yeah.
it's worth mentioning. We don't care if the characters are gay. If it's done well, hell, one of my favorite examples of a gay character done well is in Warframe. Literally, one of the main characters that you talk to in Whispers in the Walls is gay, and you can tell he's gay. And the reasons for him being gay
Lloyd
is
very
fine.
gay.
Yeah, it's like fine because it doesn't feel shoved down my throat. It feels like a natural
the way
story
they wrote
progression.
Lloyd was like, my Albrecht, or well, he's very mad at Albrecht, but he's doing things for the good of the universe and not specifically for his love. In fact, he's still pissed off at Albrecht to the point that if you put the two in the same room and hand Lloyd a gun, he might just finish the job.
I'll read shoot him. 100%.
I'm gonna tell you, some gay people are very violent, and I definitely think he would have been.
Oh yeah, no, look, give Lloyd a gun and he will immediately shoot Albrecht. There's a retrospective Forsaken mission. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, and that
Not good
retrospective Forsaken mission is
for Kane,
just...
not Fickrel or the Fanatic.
Yeah. Well, no, it gives you a little bit of Fanatic, but it doesn't give you all of the Fanatic.
Do I know from experience? No, I've never really been in a relationship, chat. I had one brief time where I dated somebody, but I've never been in a relationship to actually consider it myself knowing the experience. And I consider a relationship me actually meeting somebody in person and dating them.
Yeah, I will fully say, Revenant is looking much better already.
That's good.
But we shall see how it goes. It is only episode 1.
Yeah.
Or part 1.
It's only part 1. Yeah. Act 1.
So. Yeah.
But do you have high or low hopes for it?
Already, Revenant is
higher.
Revenant's much better so far.
Yeah.
That's good. Maybe I'll actually touch it this time. I don't know. Laugh at my jokes. I'm trying.
Like, is Revenant the best thing since sliced bread? No.
No. And there is the dungeon if you want to run through that at any time.
The dungeon itself is actually fantastic.
I genuinely think Vesper's house is actually really good.
I mean, you guys were struggling with it yesterday. Did you enjoy it?
We did. After the honeymoon period of us playing it, that is a fantastic dungeon.
Yeah.
There was a few issues that I have, but they only come up because I dare to play Hunter.
Yeah. Like, my experience as a warlock was phenomenal in that place, but that's because I'm a warlock.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Sorry, I'm doing math right now.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, so Echoes was a pile of dog shit because of so many retcons that DEI installs were done for Bungie.
Yeah.
Well, and it wasn't just retcons, it was just like you took characters that I was genuinely excited to see. Like, I was excited that we were like, oh, they're teasing Maya, because I have the fucking collector's edition for Beyond Light. And it teases more of what Maya did. And that is so... I was so excited to have her as a villain. A highly intelligent, insane villain as a narcissistic villain. I was so excited.
And a human villain?
Dog shit. Yeah.
Which we have not had.
Yeah.
I want to say ever. Like, in the lore they're there. But, like, for us to fight. In game.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, Clovis.
No. I wouldn't call him
He's
human.
never been the villain is the problem.
And also, he's a giant head.
Head. Yeah. He's a head in a basement.
fair.
But I think that's all that needs to be said about that, I'll be honest.
Fair enough.
So, Pokemon?
Yeah, we can talk about Pokemon.
Pokemon. What the fuck?
Oh,
happened?
God.
Oh, God.
I am not very well versed in all of this. I saw that these leaks were coming out. Do either of you know more about it than I do?
have barely read anything about the leaks.
I
Okay.
read like one thing and I was like, what the hell? And I just...
My understanding is that in the original writings for Gen 3, they wanted to make humans and Pokemon fuck each other.
That's one way to take it.
Very blatant, I know, but that gets the point across.
Yeah, there was some weird
Oh, we forgot-
connotations on those lakes.
That's right, Chad. This is my lore.
Evis. Yeah.
Ironically, there's someone I'm friends with who have said that this leak is making them just not want to play Pokemon anymore. And I'm like, they haven't
Really?
doubled down on this. This was a leak from way back when.
Yeah.
And, like, I understand it. And because if you really want to consider it, like, this is a game for kids, and you are promoting, like, this.
You're promoting bestiality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Is it really though?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is
I-
it-
Yeah, I'd say it is.
With what?
I'm not trying to be devil's advocate here, Chad. I'm just making sure that we all can.
We're on the same point, yeah.
It. Yeah.
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 So,
I feel like we should go into specifically, like, did it? So, like, what did it specifically say?
so let me pull up the
Oh.
tweet. Hold on.
Yeah, I feel like you pull up the tweet and we can go through it.
Which is fine because I went on reinforced iron plates to cook.
You don't have reinforced iron plates.
I'm
Good to
making
go
my
yet?
pathways from my coal to from the miners to the coal, and I'm running out of them because my power is eating shit and dying. So I'm struggling for a bit. So this is what it
Fair
says. One of the devs made a letter to Masuda explaining how to make Pokemon games better. No, wait, hold on. That might not be what you're talking about. Hold on. Let me scroll up. This is it. Theme: the collapse of culture and relationships. There was a time when the boundary between Pokemon and humans was blurred. In a coastal village, there was a man. One day, he was walking along the shore. He found a female octillery washed up on the beach. The man had relations with the octillery and then threw it back into the sea. The next day, he went to the same spot and found the same octillery again. He once more had relations with it and threw it back into the sea as before.
I love how they just say it's quote unquote relations.
One night, after several days had passed, the man had a dream. In the dream, the octillery spoke to him. I cannot come to you, but I will deliver our child to you. It is our child, yours and mine. The next morning, the man went to the place where he had met the octillery. There he found a boy. The man took the boy home and raised him. Time passed, the boy grew into a young man, and the father passed away. The young man was always lonely.
Oh my fuck.
One day, as the young man was walking along the shore, he saw a group of people playing in the distance. They all held very large swords in their hands as they danced. The young man approached the people. As he got closer, he saw that Sharpedo was playing along the beach. When he tried to get even closer, the Sharpedo suddenly leapt into the air, or leapt into the sea, all at once. However, one of the Sharpedo lingered, looking around 3 times before swimming away at the spot where the Sharpedo had been playing. There was a large sword lying on the ground. It was a shape he had never seen before. It was very sharp and pointed. The man took the sword home. The next day, the young man took the sword and went into the forest. While walking through the forest, he encountered an Ursa ring. He tried slashing at the Ursa ring's mouth with the sword, and the mouth was easily severed. Next, he stabbed at the Ursa ring's eyes, and they were easily pierced. Finally, the young man thrust the sword into the Ursa ring's chest, and the Ursa ring died effortlessly. That day, the young man killed 30 Ursa ring. After that, he always carried the sword with him, playing by injuring the Pokemon he encountered or cutting off parts of their bodies.
I would like to say that thank God that this is censored, because otherwise I feel like we are reading a snuff right now.
Yeah.
Or you were reading a snuff right now. What the fuck?
One autumn, while the young man was searching for firewood, he lost his way. After walking a while, he stumbled upon an Ursa ring's den. Inside, there was an elderly Ursa ring lying down. The elderly Ursa ring looked at the young man and said, "Come inside." The young man hesitated, but as it was getting dark outside,
all right.
He entered the den. Before long, people began to enter the den one after another, filling the room completely. Looking closer, he saw that all the people had scarred faces and some were missing their eyes. They were chatting among themselves, but the young man ignored them and fell asleep. At one point, he woke up to find the elderly Ursa ring lying beside him. He fell asleep again. When he awoke once more, there were many people talking about something. Again, the young man ignored them and went back to sleep. When spring arrived, the elderly Ursa ring spoke. "Do you want to go home? Then I shall send you home. When you return, a whale lord will soon be found near the village. Go there, we will send a man. We will send a man. You must leave the sword behind and bring a witness. Why did you do such things, cutting faces and slicing off noses?" The elderly Ursa ring escorted the young man back to the village. Upon his return, the young man recounted everything that had happened to the villagers. The following morning, the young man took some villagers with him and headed to the shore. As they walked along the coast, they found a large whale lord nearby on the beach. It was a Teddy Ursa. When it noticed the young man, the Teddy Ursa hid in the village, and a large Ursa ring came out in its place. As the Ursa ring charged at him, the young man tried to draw the sword he had hidden, but it got stuck and he couldn't pull it out. So he rushed at the Ursa ring with his bare hands. The young man and the Ursa ring grappled, punching each other's faces. They strangled each other with all their strength, and so they choked each other to death, collapsing on top of one another. The villagers went back and told the others what they had seen. Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's funny is that that's the more tame one than what I heard.
Yeah.
There's another one that's less
there's
tame.
another one that we cannot read on stream.
Is it actually got, like, explicit words? Like, is it very heavily explicit?
I'm going to DM you the context.
Point is, it was in very early lore that was never in the games that Pokemon fucked with humans. Moral of the story is, don't fuck Octillery. Temp, check Discord. Oh god, what did you post in the Discord?
Chat, I'm like, I am
There you go.
completely.
There's your context.
Oh.
Hold on.
You see why
Send
that is not
Send it to
acceptable.
me. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, chat. The entire time Pokemon's existed,
Oh, right. Yes. That.
Yeah.
I was always under the impression that this was just happening. And the reason why I think that is because when humans make something, it doesn't take long for the question of, well, can I fuck it to erupt, so to speak. So, I always knew that, like, this was potentially a thing that the devs had come up with. This is, like, way crazier than I ever expected. Like,
Yeah.
holy cow. I never in my wildest dreams expected them to have this much lore for Pokemon fucking. The thing that's like funniest to me is that when this came out, a bunch of people started DMing me saying that this is the Occo lore.
Yeah.
I am not surprised, but that is
It's kind of sad.
also
to hear.
disturbing.
It is very disturbing, yes. Like, Occo, is this how you were born? I was like, oh no. Jack's like, you're for the right. Like, oh no. What the fuck? I had to look at what an auxiliary looked like because I had no idea what it looked like, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I thought you were an octoling? No, canonically, I'm just an octopus person. For predominantly legal reasons. Check your DMs. Have an update on the Twitch moderator. Oh yeah. Malice, I know you don't keep up with the Twitch moderator shit, but there was somebody that is more than likely pretending to be a Twitch moderator, and they were trying to rage bait for money on Twitter. And what sucks is that a lot of people, including myself, kind of fell for it.
Oh, is this the fucking... Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they pretended to be a Twitch moderator, and
I just saw little bits of it, yeah.
It took Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, saying, no, they're not a moderator, for people to realize that they had probably been duped. But the problem is, here's the problem with this, and I'm sure that Mizu and Lumi will talk about this on Thursday, but I'm going to talk about it here and probably at some point next week as well. Twitch has such bad credibility that it doesn't matter if this person was fake or not. Twitch's credibility is so shot that people were willing to believe it because of how bad they handle shit.
Yeah.
And their credibility is so far in the tank that it was 100% believable, and that's why it's so sad. And I'm not really needing to harp on that too much because this isn't we're not talking about Twitch too much, but it's just so sad that it's willing to believed because Twitch is fucking up so much. If that makes sense.
No, yeah, it makes sense. I get it.
But yeah, that happened. That was crazy. I almost made a video on it. I was considering it, but then they locked their account. And I was like, it's whatever. No! Oh, Victus, no!
Oh no, what did Victus do?
No!
Victus, what did you do? Victus, no!
And that's how MommaOcco was born.
Hold on. Ty, I'm sending this to you.
Why?
Because you need to see the absolute horror that this is.
I don't believe you.
There you go. Enjoy.
It's bad that I almost laughed at that the second I saw it.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I'm sending that to Bull.
So that's the Pokemon leaks, along with like Gen 10 stuff, which isn't really important, and Pokemon ZA stuff. In other news, how about the fact that the Kamala Harris administration, or campaign, sorry, not administration, 'cause she's not in office, played World of Warcraft.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
played
in air quotes.
Played. So, they announced last week that they were gonna have some people in the Kamala administration campaign play World of Warcraft. Time to get Occo a sword.
Yes, I do not recall the specifics of this, but they basically came out and said that I think it was like her vice president pick, the dude that says that he loves
Tim
mass
Waltz.
shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said that he was going to be the one that was going to be playing it. But then it came out that it was not going to be him that was playing it. It was going to be like a random streamer that was playing it. And what ended up happening is they had him playing it as like a majority of the stream. It was just like, it's like when you have it's like literally when you have like a sidebar advert playing when you're playing a game and there's a sidebar advert that you have to let on the screen because that's like what happens on Twitch. And they were the sidebar advert. Like literally they were so small that you could barely see them. And I heard that it was just like, you know, you could hear Kamala talking, but because the game was more prevalent, I think more people probably were paying attention to the video game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's actually how true that is, but she was not the main focus, essentially.
Yeah. So in this, ironically, so it didn't go very well. In fact, it went horribly for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I couldn't have imagined.
It went absolutely horribly. In the same week that they announced that, I think it was at a WWE match, because Trump likes wrestling. Like, he actually physically goes to shows to watch him. He saw Joe Rogan there. And Joe Rogan agreed to an interview with Trump.
That's right. I remember you telling me about this. Because doesn't Joe Rogan dislike Donald Trump?
I think...
Rogan hates everything.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, in the same week that Kamala's like, hey, we're going to play World of Warcraft. Rogan's like, hey, but what if Trump?
Yeah.
Which, guess which one's going to go better?
Well,
Did it happen yet?
No, not yet.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
I imagine that, you know, Joe Rogan's... It's like Joe Rogan is like, you know, when we talk about the kings of podcasting chat, Joe Rogan is the king of the podcast, pretty much. He's got,
Yes.
I believe, the biggest podcast in the world. It's on Apple, or not Apple, it's on Spotify. And it is the biggest. It is, like, if you're in the podcasting world, he is the guy that you want to aspire to be, basically.
You know what?
I wouldn't aspire to be him as a person.
No, but
No, I don't know very much
as
about
of
him as
his
a person.
caliber of like
Yeah.
his
Where you're looking to be, you know, prominent, that's the type of success that you're looking for, I think is the better terminology there.
Oh yeah, fair enough. But you know, he's just basically the king of that. And the fact that he's gonna have Donald Trump on, I don't know if he ever had Kamala on or offered it, but
I think he offered it, but she didn't agree to it.
Yeah, because Kamala, and by the way, Chad, we're not going to get hyper political tonight. We're just talking about this because it fits into pop culture. Because whenever here's what sucks. Now that video games mix in with my fucking politics, I'm kind of dragged to having to talk about it. It's why I was like so upset when I had to talk about Donald Trump getting nearly assassinated. It's just like I don't want to talk about this shit, but because somebody tried to fucking murder him, I have to.
Oh,
talk about
apparently,
it.
by the way, there's another attempt today
I heard about that.
in California.
Well, that's his fault for going to California. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like that's just rookie mistake.
Don't
go
come
to
to my
California.
state.
Another attempt again? Yes.
What
There
would
was
have been
another attempt again.
absolutely hilarious is if in the same week the Harris campaign announced that they were playing WoW, Trump's campaign would be like, hey, we're playing Final Fantasy 14.
That would be interesting. I don't know if they would be able to get away with. Well, I don't know. Like if WoW is okay with it, I imagine it.
I
doesn't.
highly
It's a
doubt
Blizzard.
Square would be okay with it.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't think they'd have a problem with Trump playing it. I think they might have a problem with him using it
As an ad campaign.
Yes.
I mean, fair. Fair enough. I don't know. That would be.
Because then it can associate their game with point of views that they might not agree with.
Exactly. So. But I think it
What
would have
you
been
do
funny
in
anyway.
KCA is you stay inside. Yes.
Yeah. Hi, I stay inside all the time. Trump playing Power World would be funny.
He needs to play Power
Oh
Rangers,
yeah.
Trisha.
So yeah.
That'd be funny.
What's really funny is apparently the Pokemon Legends ZA leaks are like almost 100% Power World, and now that that's been leaked, they're wondering how this is going to affect the Power World Nintendo lawsuit.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Are there any updates about that lawsuit?
No, they have been silent.
Fair enough.
Well, especially because I believe the trial's being held over in Japan, correct?
Yes, only in Japan. So it's in the Tokyo
So Japan,
court system.
I believe, has a thing on cases like this where the person suing can ask for nothing to be published until the case is finished.
If we
Don't quote me on that.
If we hear anything about this, it's going to be from Japanese creators or even Legal Mindset, because he does live in Asian territories.
Yes.
Or it'll be Pocket Pair.
Or Pocket Pair or Nintendo themselves, yeah.
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
we're not going to hear anything probably for a few years.
Yeah, because Nintendo will drag it out.
Stolen mute.
The only way we're going to hear anything is through leaks.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. Apparently someone has been running around falsely claiming to be Nintendo striking emulation channels.
Yep.
Well, the problem is if it is false, a lot of people are just going to believe it because Nintendo just strikes indiscriminately all the time.
I think
Well,
Nintendo...
they've been striking a lot recently.
They have been. And I'm not going to disagree to say there's someone that's running around proclaiming to be Nintendo. I think that happens like every week at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
Nintendo always gets very uppity with their DMCA claims around
launches,
especially around big launches. And the biggest launch of them all for Nintendo right now is the Switch 2, and I expect we will probably hear about that before the end of the month.
Yeah, I could see that. Did you really think it's that soon?
Yes. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Oh, man.
But Nintendo has already up production of the Switch of something. We already have the Alarmo announcement. And
Alarmo. Okay, since you brought that up, well, let's talk about that. Finish what you're saying, and then we'll talk about that, because that's funny.
I love the idea of the Alarmo. It's my favorite.
there's a lot of signs pointing to Nintendo going to announce something soon.
Yeah.
Now, counter argument to myself. There is only one more big Nintendo release coming out soon, and they might wait till that's out before they talk about Switch 2. And that is Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Yeah.
And that comes out in November. So there is a chance we will not hear about it until November because Nintendo may opt to wait until all their major releases are done.
Mm-hmm.
Business. You don't want to be like, hey, Switch 2.
Yeah. Also, chat, don't worry about the potato cutting out. I don't know why his mic is cutting out.
Potato does this.
Yeah, it's just part of his mic. Don't blame the potato. It just came like that.
I don't know why either. It's a good headset. Ty, at this point, you probably just need to buy like a...
I really do not want to buy a standing mic.
Well, just get one like on a boom arm, like MommaOcco do.
Yeah.
I asked buy a whole ass boom arm. No, thank you. I have $140 pieces of cardboard to buy.
I'm just saying it would fix the cutting out issues, probably.
I'm aware.
I was gonna be like, what piece of cardboard is that?
The holiday season approaching. Yeah, well, that's the thing is like they could announce it this month, and there's a lot of leaks saying it is being announced in October. But I wouldn't be too surprised at all if they waited till Mario and Luigi was done, because as far as we are aware, that is Nintendo's last big release for the year.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yes. As we currently are aware, it is the last one.
Now, they could just say, hey, surprise! New 3D Mario in December. I doubt it, but they could.
I'm willing to bet that they're waiting on a 3D Mario for Switch 2.
Yeah, I do too.
Because they like to have one of those titles as their big ones.
Yep.
AT 2020 USB solid startup mic.
I mean, even my mic.
headset.
My mic is the HyperX SoloCast, and that was like a $60 mic, and it's great. Although I do want to upgrade it.
I will consider.
Yeah, you have to understand that Malice doesn't necessarily have money to throw around all the time, and when he does, he throws it at cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right I do.
Massive Doge. I don't think I said this earlier. I apologize. Thanks for the $199. MommaOcco outfit when? That's expensive. If people want to fund that, you know, it costs like $300 for Ari to draw it, and then it's probably going to be like a couple $100 to get somebody to rig it. So, you know, if you pay for it, sure, why not?
He got that cardboard crack edition? Yes, he does.
You're damn right I do.
Supposedly, the Pokemon Leaks just ZA and Gen 10 will release on both systems. That would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either.
Because don't be surprised if at least ZA and Metroid Prime 4 launch on both. Because typically if Nintendo announces something that says Switch and nothing more, and a new console's coming out, they intend to stick to that original announcement of Switch.
Yeah.
Or, well...
Which is a weird choice, personally.
Well, they did it for Breath of the Wild. Like, they announced it originally for the Wii U. They released it on the Wii U, but they optimized it for the Switch.
Clearly they optimized that thing for the Switch. I saw that thing playing on a Wii U. It was... Oh,
Yeah,
God.
the Wii U version is, at this point, only used for, like, emulation and mods.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to emulate because it's a disc.
Yeah.
So... But no, like, yeah, Nintendo's going to have a Direct soon. Before the year is over, we're hearing what Switch 2. Guaranteed.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
They said it will be out. Oh, no, wait, no. Did they say it would be out, or did they say we'll hear about it by March 2025? I think they said it will be out by then. But I don't remember. I could be very wrong.
Nintendo doesn't like to give, like, hard dates on shit until they're absolutely certain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's probably just a, that will be when they announce it. There have been a few devil's advocates saying that we will probably not hear about it until 2025, because I don't want to break the holiday season of people buying new Switches. But at the same time, literally anyone knowledge in console releases, and specifically Nintendo, will know, do not buy squat right now. It don't matter how close the holiday season is or what you're planning on doing. If you're planning to ask for a Switch and you know what you want, just hold off.
Yeah. My family was considering getting my sister a Switch recently.
Please
And
tell
I was
me.
like, hey.
Please tell me you told them hold off.
Yeah, I was like, please, hold off. The second generation's coming. You know, just hold off for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay.
It's very nice of you.
Well, because the Switch 2 will very likely be able to play all Switch games anyway, at least physical.
Yeah.
So, it'll just be a full-on upgrade.
And that's the thing with Nintendo is it is always at least the last generation that their stuff can
Technically, the Wii U can play GameCube. Technically.
Yeah, technically.
You have to hardware mod it, because Nintendo basically system locked that, but it is there, and you can do it.
At least she is. Wait, Skyla? Who's Skyla?
Skyla's one of the female,
Simulators.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
But to be fair, like, I don't see a problem with, like, making, like, other trainers, like, specific things. It's like, Pokemon's a fictional world. It doesn't take place on Earth. It doesn't take place in, like, Japan. Like, they can be whatever they want to be.
Yes. I think it's just when they do it for representation that it becomes an issue.
Yeah, but if the leaks were like all the way back then, like no,
I don't think that Nintendo does that very much.
no, they don't. And also,
Even
this is
though they
Game
have
Freak,
a-
not Nintendo. That's a very clear distinction that no one understands. Is that
No one
Nintendo,
makes a distinction.
Nintendo and Game Freak are not the same company.
Yeah.
Nintendo does not own Game Freak. They are co-collaborators in Pokemon Company, along with Creatures.
They kind of pretend that they do sometimes, I feel like.
They do pretend they do, and they have that exclusivity because they are basically the biggest shareholder of that.
Game Freak.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Game Freak did hire a DEI. And that's the thing, is everyone's like, oh my god, Nintendo's going woke or DEI. No, that is Game Freak.
Yeah.
Now, is it bad on Nintendo for approving this shit? Yes. But it is specifically Game Freak.
Iono is readable. Oh gosh. The streamer girl? I think everybody agrees with that one.
I don't know. I found her kind of mid.
She was annoying, but...
She was kind of annoying.
So, Alarmo. That's out now.
Alarmo. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. I have not
It's
seen
gonna
a lot
threaten me
about
with a
this.
guardian beam.
Oh, do you have that meme somewhere, Tim, that I can bring up?
I do not.
I sent it in the Discord a long time, a while ago. Hold
It-
on. I can send it to you again. I think I have it saved on my phone. Oh, not that image.
Definitely not that image. Got it.
There we go. That's it.
So the image
dope.
might have been not safe for work.
No, it was not. No, that was a different image that I accidentally clicked.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrifying. Alright, chat. Is this how you want to wake up every single day?
So,
I love the little detail where Zelda's on the first one and the alarm clock is like, save me, save me. And then, like, at 6:30, it's aiming a laser
So,
to try.
I have had new information. I occasionally watch a content creator called Beat 'em Ups. I'm sure some people here know of who I'm talking about. And he got an Alarmo. Because that is...
Oh, so he just got one.
Well, no, he bought one. Because he could. And it's content. But he was talking about it. And apparently on the box, they flat out tell you, you cannot manually deactivate this thing. This thing will only turn off when it sees you get up.
Really?
Yes.
Which is hilarious.
That is kind of crazy.
When Alarmo detects you having an emulator for Pokemon Black and White.
Oh no.
That thing will get an actual gun now.
Oh no.
The alarm
That
clock
actually
is
sounds
armed
kinda
and dangerous.
Oh dear. Is there a Cyberpunk version where Silverhand tells you to wake the F up? You know what?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
So,
See, that's the joke I've always made with my family is I want a navigation, something that has sass.
I remember when Siri, in the early iterations of Siri, had GLaDOS as a voice.
As an option. Yes.
Why did
Wait, no,
they
was
do
it
that?
Siri or was it Cortana?
It was Cortana. It was Cortana. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
It was funny as hell.
Was there a reason why they removed it?
It wasn't popular.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. I wake up for Rebecca. I'm sure a lot of people would wake up for Rebecca. Just being
I
honest
need to
with you
finish
here.
watching Edge Runners.
You do.
That's a good. It's good. It's very depressing, obviously, but it's good.
It's Cyberpunk. It's gonna be depressing.
Speaking of Cyberpunk, how about the news out of CDPR?
Eh.
Which news?
Oh, that the CEO is lying out of his ass for saying that they only hire based on merit when there is actual visible proof they're hiring DEI hires.
Oh, I remember
On
hearing
CD.
something about that.
Yeah. So the CEO is lying out of his ass, and they are hiring DEI hires by the dozens.
Well, it's their game company. They can do whatever they want. They just can't get mad when nobody wants to play their shit. I'm sorry, Chad. I liked
this was
CDPR, liked
this was
some
the
of their
worst
stuff.
move they could have made. After the shit show that was Cyberpunk's launch, and how consultants and DEI is, and like people are looking at it like through a very thin microscope, like very finely. Depending on when or the next Cyberpunk game comes out, or hell, next Witcher game, CDPR's on thin ice.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's the problem because they make fucking great games.
If you're not confident about Cyberpunk 2 now, no, I'm not confident at all. CDPR has had ESG commitments since 2016 and recently started the DIM in 2019. Fair. It's just becoming more apparent right now.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, it is kind of depressing because, you know, when it's a game company that you like and they do things you like.
Keep in mind they own GOG as well. Yep, they own GOG. And that has been
CDPR
another... Huh?
CDPR does?
CDPR owns GOG, just like Valve owns Steam.
Really?
Yes. And that is another hot topic debate right now. Did you see that Valve updated Steam, so now if you try to buy a game, it will just tell you you're only licensing it and not buying it?
I like their honesty with that. I know a lot of people were upset with it, but I do like that they're being honest.
I know people are also mad about it because they're like, I've given you thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars, and now you're telling me that I don't own these games? What?
I think that they have to say that because
They
the
do.
EU is forcing them.
Yes.
Because they know that you don't own the game.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that, like, they wouldn't say that if you did. Like...
But I understand why people
about...
are upset about it.
Yeah,
and technically, if you look at it, any purchase of a game is a purchase of a license.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
It's a very critical way to look at it, and like technically, oh, I bought the disc, I technically own it. Yeah, you do. Own it.
Yeah, you own a copy
disc.
of it. You own, like...
You own the disc. Technically, the software on it is still someone else's property.
Yep. I don't believe GOG's not saying that because they do it based on, like, actual... Because they don't have a DRM. You can download the exe file, you can install it on your computer. And if you could do that, you can make, you can do whatever the hell you want with that. And that includes making copies and giving it to other people. Do they want you to do that? No. They don't. But, yeah. GOG is a DRM free, but you're still purchasing a license for the software? Yes.
Yes.
And that's the thing, too, is I think this is, for Valve anyway, like, this is just them complying. But there are dozens, if not hundreds of games on Steam where if you've owned it, but they still removed it and you can't buy it, you still have it.
Yeah, and that's always been how Steam works.
Yep. Like, I have Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime. That game is horseshit. But I have it, and they removed it from the store. But I can still play it.
Because you bought it.
Because I bought it. Yep.
Well, there are very few instances where a game is removed and you're just unable to play it anymore. Period. Mm-hmm. Like, you would have to show me very specifically where it's happened where a game has been removed on Steam and you just can't play it anymore. I know it probably exists.
Concord. Well, that...
Nobody cares about Concord. Fair enough.
That's another thing, too.
Yeah, they're bringing back Concord.
Yeah, chat, Concord might come back.
No, it's not a might.
Yeah, as a free-to-play game.
Oh, is it coming back free-to-play?
A lot of the leaks are saying it's coming back free-to-play. Which means Sony is intending to monetize the ever-living hell out of this.
Unironically, fucking... What's his name? I watch him. He follows me. Yellow Flash was right. Yellow Flash was fucking right. He said that the only way it would come back is if it was coming back as a free-to-play, and it's coming back. If it is coming back free-to-play, he was right.
Sony has not confirmed it, but it is very, very likely.
I bet you dollars and donuts chat is coming back free to play.
Alright, I expect a box of donuts.
Yep.
I can't pay for a box of donuts. I'm sorry. Is Cyberpunk still fun to play? or
Cyberpunk is
WoW?
phenomenal to
always
play.
been fun to
Cyberpunk
play.
I
is amazing.
love Cyberpunk.
Phantom Liberty DLC is one of the best experiences in games
So,
that I've had.
for context, I had Malice buy it when it was on sale, and Malice could not stand it because it was like too flashy. Like there was too many just.
So it was the freaking brain dances.
Yeah.
They gave me an absolute monster of a headache.
Mm-hmm. And I made the push saying, "Please finish it. You will love this."
Yeah.
And he did.
That was the mandatory brain dance, and it was fine.
Like I think what really convinced you is that I went out of my way to look for mods just so you would play this game.
Yeah.
Because if I'm willing to go through the effort to make it more bearable for you, it has to be worth something.
Oh yeah, that's very fair. I mean, like, here's the thing, chat. You know, I have my issues with CDPR, but Cyberpunk is still a fun game.
Yeah.
It still plays fine,
I love it.
and I still think the experience is worth doing.
You still need to play Phantom Liberty.
I need to own Phantom Liberty, excuse me.
Phantom Liberty was fantastic.
Phantom Liberty almost crashed my computer twice.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on computers for you. Because Black Friday doesn't mean two shits anymore.
Yeah.
So the second I find like a computer that's good within your budget, I'm sending it to you. I mean, you could build one, but no.
I considered it.
See, my problem with building
I
is
would
like
consider it.
building can be good, but now you're liable for the parts. But if something fails, if you were to buy a pre-built, you can RMA that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's like you're paying for the convenience of them building
yeah.
it, but also for the warranty they provide.
The Cyberpunk story was not that good. How was it not that good for you? I really want to know.
Can I join the
because no, I'm just reading a comment. Because yeah, Cyberpunk story had its rough patch, 100% had some rough patches. But did you play it? Like, when did you play it? Is the question. Because
I think what gets people is that they claimed it was fully done, but it was essentially an early access game.
yeah,
But I
And I
don't
understand the
blame the devs
frustration.
for that, because the devs even told the higher ups, "No, this is nowhere near ready," and they said release.
okay, yeah, at release, okay.
They have made some serious improvements to the story since then.
They've made some fixes to the story, and Phantom Liberty adds so much.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
So,
But I could totally understand if you don't want to give it another shot.
oh yeah.
But
Here,
Cyberpunk a good game? Yes, it is. Cyberpunk is a very good game.
here's what's really funny, is me and Malice were playing Phantom Liberty around the same time.
I beat it before you did.
You did. But also, you did the shorter route. And that's the thing, is there are
True.
multiple endings, and Malice took the shortest ending because he didn't know there was something longer. And I just kept picking choices, and it got me a longer ending, which was also very horror-based and very much
Just
racked
glad I
my
did not
nerves.
Take that route.
But that's the thing, is like, RPGs today really don't want you to do an RPG. They're claiming to be RPGs, but they're essentially not. I would call Phantom Liberty an honest-to-God RPG, where your choices actually matter.
Mhm.
And RPGs don't do that these days.
Which is kind of sad.
Like, the fact that I had almost an extra 10 hours of story because of the decisions I made was
It wasn't
fantastic.
10 hours, but
Okay, maybe 5 hours, but the point stands.
yeah. It's-
A binary
Still,
choice
though.
is not a choice.
Oh my gosh, Wolf, or excuse me,
You just
Werewolf.
called you just called a choice, not a choice. I just want to point out the flaw in your logic there.
I apologize for not seeing your bits. Thank you for the 200 bits. I wonder if I can detect when you get out of bed. Can I detect if it can detect when you get out of bed? Can it detect when you point a shotgun at it for being super annoying?
5 temp hours is 5 or 10 normal video game hours per hours. You know what? Fair. I do play games kind of fast and still try and do as much as I can. Like I did almost 100% of Final Fantasy 16, including the DLCs, and I only have 70 hours on Steam. So.
Speaking of, did you ever give your review for 16?
Yeah, I told it was fantastic. I loved it.
Okay.
And Brennan, totally get you on that. I'm also sick of buying incomplete shit, but I was willing to give Cyberpunk the chance.
Because you bought it on like a hefty discount.
Dude, I bought it so cheap.
Now here's the question. Despite everything we've been talking about with CDPR, would you buy a Cyberpunk 2 day one?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
I think if they release the Cyberpunk 2 in the same state they did 1, they need to label it early access. That will at least put a lot of the issues that people have, at least like, okay, at least it's early access and they're acknowledging it's not done.
Mm-hmm.
Day 1, no. Day 8, maybe. You know what? Fair.
It depends.
I mean, I got Cyberpunk 1. You bought it for me, but I got it week 1. But it was after a lot of the, we found a lot of the bugs. No, it was week 2.
Yeah.
It was week 2. And I still loved it.
Well, I mean, there were still bugs.
Oh, yeah. But my biggest bug
remember...
was trees phasing through the world, but that wasn't even the game's fault. That was...
Was it really not?
No, that was me needing to update my graphics drivers.
Yeah,
I updated my GPU drivers and fixed
itself.
that. Yeah. So that's not even a fault of the game. That was a me thing, and I fixed it.
Fair enough.
And all the other bugs that people talked about at that time, I never experienced any of them to the point that I'm like, any bug I have experienced at this point have done nothing to decrease my enjoyment. In fact, they may have increased my actual fun.
Some of the bugs were funny.
Yeah, like the T-posing one, I'm sorry. Does that break the game? No. Is that hilarious? Yes. Sorry, T-posing is funny.
Agreed.
Like Final Fantasy 13. Let me explain. Cyberpunk is like walking down a hallway, and sometimes you can walk left or right, but no matter what path you choose, leads to the same hallway. The illusion of choice is not.
So yeah, that is the case with the base. Phantom Liberty literally has 2 separate endings that resolve
It has
2
way
separate
more endings
ways.
than that.
Phantom Liberty? I thought Phantom Liberty had only 2.
No, Phantom Liberty has like 10 endings.
The fuck?
Yeah. I think...
Oh, yeah, because you could do some weird shit at the end.
Yeah. I think there's only one branch off to like what you and I experienced. Like to that hefty of a degree. But...
Well, no, because I know the route that I went, there's like 4 endings you can choose from.
And I think the route I went, there's also like 4 or 5 endings. So I think the endings are variations of the hefty endings, like you and I experienced, like the big ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My experience with Cyberpunk was after all the patches and updates, and I thought it was pretty damn fun. Especially Phantom Liberty. Yeah. I would no longer buy any CDPR game known that the best talents have migrated from that company. That's the thing too, is if you liked old stuff, like if you liked old BioWare, old CDPR, or old like whatever, pay attention to where these people are going.
Follow the dev.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, follow the dev. Don't follow the company.
Because the company is gone.
Yeah.
It's the dev that you want.
Yep. Phantom Liberty has
Not the
4
Canadian one,
notable endings. So 2 endings for Phantom Liberty splits off into like 1 more each. Okay. Yes, the bugs are funny, Bethesda cope. Well, that... I think...
I don't think that's called cope. I'm not saying that, like, oh, the game is, better because it bugs out. No, we're saying that it's like, oh, yeah, it bugs. It's fine. It's whatevs.
Yeah. Like, if the bug broke my time playing the game, like, if it made the experience less enjoyable or unplayable, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Bugs are still bugs. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I disagree with you on that.
Bugs are still bugs.
But no game's gonna be perfect. No game has ever been perfect.
Chat, Satisfactory is on its 1.0 release. You wanna know how many bugs I found in this game ever since the 1.0 release? Sometimes my boots, these quick runners, aren't lined up correctly. They're not lined up correctly.
You want to know a bug that I found? I couldn't launch the game unless I went into the system files and changed it to DirectX 11.
I think my personal favorite is sometimes the hover pack, when you turn it on, you'll just keep going upwards.
Yeah, that's a bug that's been around for a long ass time.
You just won't stop.
It's kind of terrifying, honestly.
Yeah, it's a little bit obnoxious. But to me, a bug like that is like, oh, yeah, it's there. Here's how we fix.
Yeah.
Like, if it was, like, completely breaking my game, like, I'd be upset.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's one thing.
100% agreed.
But it's not breaking the game.
Yeah.
No.
No. No. And I think that's where the big difference is.
Like, are bugs acceptable? Not always. Absolutely not always. But, like, Sonic 06 bugs? That's not acceptable. Oh god, no. But, like...
What do you mean Sonic 06 is a perfectly run game?
That's cope.
That is cope.
That's
I'm
cope.
being sarcastic.
I know, but...
I'm being sarcastic.
I know, but you're like, I love it, that's cope. That's cope. I'm sorry, Sonic 06. Yeah. I loved its campaign, but oh my god, was it buggy.
Yeah.
I watched some of the bugs of that game. It was so bad.
Some of them are funny, but...
Is there a Rebecca mod? And no, but there is a Rebecca shotgun.
There's a Rebecca
and it is overpowered.
CDPR can't even use their proprietary engine because everyone that could use it left, which is why they're now using UE5 and are still facing a daunting task because new hires don't know it too. Yep. You know, people say that about Morrowind being literally unplayable on consoles, about Oblivion being unplayable on PlayStation, and Skyrim not in release, which was unplayable for everyone. I played Skyrim on release. I had a fine time considering my computer was old, and it still played the game. It depends on the person. Some people have a really easy time. I had an easy time with Skyrim. I had an easy time with Cyberpunk. I didn't encounter a lot of the issues people had with Echoes of Wisdom. I had a almost smooth experience with the Kingdom. I am apparently blessed by not being able to experience a lot of these issues. But that's the thing, is I could be doing great with them, but, you know, the person next to me could be having an absolutely horrendous time.
Considering the vast majority of Skyrim players had corrupted saves, broken installs, and a few nuked GPUs, I would say you're in the minority.
Then I'm apparently in the minority for a lot of these things. Or maybe I just don't give two shits.
Damn.
Yeah. And my playthrough of Cyberpunk was not without its bugs. Because, let's be honest, a game like that is going to bug to fuck. It's large, it's expansive. My car just like does sometimes flip out.
Temp, I don't care about the quality of my product, Pupper. I'm sorry. If I know what I'm buying and it does what I need it to do, awesome. Whether or not you had a bad experience, like if say I buy a screwdriver or a controller, and
sponsored by LTT screwdrivers.
That's actually kind of where my mind went, but doesn't. The point being, if I bought something and there are so many negative reviews, or like there's a lot of good reviews and a lot of bad ones, like not as many bad ones as there are good ones, but a lot of the good ones are like, this thing broke within 2 months, this thing didn't do X, Y, and Z, but someone else does, you're just in that minority that it worked for. Like, I don't know what to tell you. My experience was good. I'm sorry if your experience wasn't. But...
Can't fix that shit.
Yeah.
My factory looks smooth. Well, that is because I am spending multiple hours to make this thing actually look smooth. I am also using Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, just you making everything smooth. Meanwhile, I'm just dragging electrical poles across the world.
Temp is the consumer that has led to the hellscape of dog shit quality we live in now. Damn.
I disagree. Temp expects a lot.
I have
expect
very high
also-
standards. You can ask these
Yes.
two.
Oh yeah, he does. He has extremely high standards. He just has found where the standards are okay where they're
Yeah,
at.
and guess what? I don't have to have rock hard standards. I can flex a bit. It's called being a flexible person.
You, a flexible person?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Except when it doesn't care about the overall quality as long as it doesn't affect him. I do care about the overall quality. And
Ooh,
if I have
solid.
problems with it, I'm going to make note of it. But I'm also not going to deny that my experience was not bad.
None of us are saying that, CDPR had a, Cyberpunk had a perfect launch. Fuck no.
Yeah, absolutely didn't.
Cyberpunk launched like a pile of dog shit.
So did Witcher 3.
Yeah.
But what we are saying is,
Is that we had a good time playing it.
Yeah.
Apologies for enjoying playing a game.
and I don't think either of us are trying to downplay or say that your experience is invalid if it didn't work out for you. Then we're just saying, it just didn't work for it worked for some of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I played
Sorry,
Skyrim
we
on the
didn't ask,
360. I had an okay time. Great. Like, I played Sword and Shield. No, wait, no. Sorry.
Oh, God.
I did play Sword and Shield, but actually my statement's for Scarlet and Violet. Sorry. I know every issue people were having with Scarlet and Violet. I experienced some of them too. But you know what? And I criticized, but you can ask these two. I criticized it hard when I experienced these issues. But you know what? I still played it. I finished the Pokédex. Scarlet and Violet is the first Pokemon game where I ever finished the Pokédex. That says something to me. Because I gave two shits and I wanted to. So, I don't know.
He doesn't care about the quality unless it affects. No, I don't even think that. I just think that it's not that deep for some people. For Temp, it's just not that deep.
This sounds like the breakfast question when someone can't consider that someone else doesn't have an issue. Yeah. Well, it's the same thing as taste buds. Like some people can't stand cilantro. But some people can.
That's just a genetic thing.
I feel bad for those people.
Mobile chat is Garbo? Yeah. Mobile chat. Twitch mobile in general is just...
Is it a bad game if the game has so many mods that it changes the nature of the game? No, that shows that people want to play within the game engine, but they want to play it differently.
Yeah. It's like Destiny. Destiny's a great example here. Destiny 2 is still running the same engine that Bungie used for Halo 2.
Thanks, Tiger Spite Engine.
I think if people could be allowed to mod Destiny, oh god, they would.
Have you seen what people do to the older Halo games?
Yeah, exactly. Right, but Skyrim's also been out for
Yeah,
20,
Skyrim's been out-
40, oh no, 14 years, sorry.
Yeah.
No, wait, yeah, 14 years, because it came out in 2011.
Skyrim's been out for forever. And to me, if you want to, mod your Skyrim game to do however the fuck you want it to do, you can have at it.
Yeah, like, and this is a very much a Bethesda issue, too.
Yeah.
Like, Bethesda is Bethesda. Like, they don't get a pass.
Yeah.
We're gonna
No.
call out when they do shit, but people are still gonna mod it if they enjoy the experience.
Joe Goblin, I think you actually have a great point there. Like, you play something that is a buggy mess, find enjoy from it, and expect them to do better is not a mutually exclusive thought problem.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Temp, you literally told me you don't care about the quality of a product so long as it doesn't affect you. I don't know if you realize that or not, but that's what you said. That may have sounded like what I
What?
said, but that's definitely not what I meant.
When did he say that? I'd like to see when Temp said that, because I'll roast him for that. Mods are fun. Have you seen Terraria mods? Yes, I have. I've played mods before. I just don't often play mods in general. I would rather play the original game.
The only way I play Minecraft now is modded.
Which is fair. The only way I play Minecraft now is unmodded, just because I got so bored of the mods.
And chat,
Yeah, a lot of the mods.
Chat, I don't want you going too hard on Victus, because it's fine. Like Victus and I disagree all the time.
In the right place. His heart is in the right place, for the most part. I would say.
But like, when we were talking about Dragon Quest, I had full interest to buy it because I just thought this might have been a remnant of Square getting out of that. But then not only did they not get out of it, they doubled down on it, and then the whole interview stuff happened, and my opinion went from I want to play this because I want to play it, I don't care about the experiences, to I'm not playing it because I refuse to support what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something else too. And Satisfactory is the greatest example here. Akko and Mouse absolutely loved Satisfactory in the early access. I hated it. But now, in 1.0, I'm loving it. Baldur's Gate, another great one. Baldur's Gate early access, oh my god, sucked. Oh my god, it sucked. But now... Now
it's quite possibly the best game we'll see
ever.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna retract that. Not ever, but
not ever.
It's gonna be a very long time until.
Yeah. It's gonna be very hard to top that. Is
yeah.
How I want to put that.
Like, I'm sorry. Is GTA 6 going to? Absolutely not.
Not for me, at least. Because personally, I just don't like the GTA games. But yeah, that's me.
It doesn't matter. Hold on. Let me see if mods are fun. Have you seen Terraria mods? Calamity is pretty fun. The only way I can play it now because I've talked the base game. The creaking feels like they saw those Minecraft horror mods. Okay. It doesn't matter if they update. They have a logistic system. Skyrim was made with 100 people. Starfield is close to 10,000 or to 1,000. Guess which one? The one with more issues. Yes, because there's too many cooks in the kitchen. And also, and I'm sorry, and maybe this is wrong of me to say. When COVID happened, is when a lot of the gaming industry took a shit and died. Because a lot of people were working from home. These companies needed to make ends meet. What did they do? They overhired to the ridiculous degree. And now you start seeing people, like, all the layoffs. You're getting Bungie mad for the layoffs. They're doing that because they can. Because they have to. It is no longer viable to have that many employees.
Best game ever? Yes. For me, personally, it's one of the best games I've ever played. You are allowed to have a different opinion. Red Dead 2 I've heard is also very good. I see you there.
Red Dead 2 is fantastic.
I haven't played Red Dead 2 yet.
Yeah. So, again, to anyone, and I'm going to say this right now because Red Dead 1 is coming to PC in a couple of weeks. Red Dead 1 is a sequel to Red Dead 2. Better way to look at it is Red Dead 2 is a prequel to Red Dead 1. If you want
to... really backwards.
It is very ass backwards.
I don't know what I'm going to do with all this copper. Holy shit.
I don't blame anyone for playing with Red Dead 1 first because it feels older. But I played Red Dead 2 first, and then I played Red Dead 1 because I love Red Dead 2 so much. And I loved them both. I will be right back. I'm going to use the restroom.
You do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know. I think that you can definitely get upset about how games are turning out. I think that, though, we need to be careful that there's not, like, and this is something that, like, I have to warn people about. And I only feel like I'm qualified to warn people because I used to have this mindset. Like, there's definitely like stuff that sucks about the game industry these days. But don't let it consume you to the point where it like makes you upset, if that makes sense. Because for one, I'll tell you, my family told me that they hated me when I acted like that all the time. And so I tried very hard not to act like that, specifically for that. And two, it's just depressing to feel like all the time that just everything sucks. So, and I'm not trying to tell people how to feel or what to think. I'm just saying that, like, you can be upset with something and how a game is going without feeling like that.
I'm back. What did I miss?
I'm just talking about how people need to stop being doomered about everything.
Yeah.
I still have the hard copy of GTA San Andreas. Good. That's why I buy physical. Like consoles now, I refuse to buy digital unless it's the only way.
Yeah, you buy physical versions of every Switch game.
I'm even trying to re-buy games I bought digitally physically just so I have them physically.
I don't know. What I'm trying to say, Chad, is just don't. You have to be careful not to be too mad at the internet. Like, there's a healthy amount of mad at the internet you can be. Just don't be too mad at the internet to the point where it consumes you. Also, don't listen to what that thing says. I've not been playing for 6 hours.
Now, have you had it open that long? Probably.
Yes, it has been open that long. I let it stay open that long. Is there anything else worth talking about tonight?
No, I think that was it.
Let me scroll a little bit. We talked about the alarm clock. We talked about the tests. Oh, did we mention that 343 Studios became Halo Studios?
No.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That happened, and that's a... Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. So, 343... Now, Malice, you probably would know a little bit more about this. Do you know why they decided to do that?
It's Microsoft. Microsoft was basically like, hey, look, you're no longer going to be, like, a studio for doing things. And also they wanted to try and, like... Because, to be fair, 343 has the shittiest reputation for Halo fans currently.
Yes.
They have produced some of the worst in the franchise. They've produced the worst in the franchise. But not some. The worst in the franchise.
Yeah.
And also... pretty much all the old people are gone, so they kind of just like we're like, so we're just gonna change names here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what they did.
Welcome, Zello.
They also made an announcement that the next Halo game they're going to be using Unreal Engine.
Okay. Is that a good or bad thing?
Honestly, I'm okay with this because I think a lot of game companies need to start using a game engine that is widely taught, like Unreal 5, stuff like that.
Even Unity in this example.
Yeah, fuck Unity. But,
Whether your opinion on Unity or not depends. At least Unity does at least count in this circumstance.
Yeah, but using a set of tools and an engine that is readily available and like people are taught on it, that is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Slipspace engine that they had designed and built for Infinite, they were like, it took almost, 4 months for them to get a dev ready to actually work on the game. Because they had to learn the fucking engine.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Because Slipspace functioned like no other engine.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
.343 started as a supplementary studio that worked in tandem with Bungie to deliver content starting with Halo 2, notably making 3 maps, and Halo 3 that made the majority of the DLC maps.
Yes, and then Halo 4 they had mostly taken over.
5 they had taken over.
Yes, 5 was entirely them.
Which is a bad start.
5 was bad.
But I think the big thing worth talking about when it came to them renaming themselves is a lot of people are pointing out some of the people that are going to be running the studio that they mentioned have got them concerned.
Yeah,
one of them being like a I don't know if they were non-binary or trans, but they're like a black woman that like
I don't
said things about the thing that freaked them out.
It's whatever. I'm not gonna make a judgment until they do something stupid.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you're going to give it more charitability than a lot of people would, because a lot of people are going to look at this immediately and say, "Well, fuck, this person's just going to mess up the franchise that they probably know nothing about." So you're probably giving them more charity than a lot of people will.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
But that's just me hoping for the fact that the games of my childhood will be, good again. And we'll see whether that comes to pass or whether I just end up forgetting about it.
Yeah. That's a lot of concrete. Holy cow.
Yeah, Blogger was head of story at 3. That was a choice.
If Halo CE Anniversary, MCC 4.5 and Infinite are not ruining the IP, I don't know what is. I wouldn't call MCC ruining the franchise IP. What?
MCC was okay. Fully admit, MCC on launch, terrible. MCC now is amazing. 4, not great. 5, terrible. Infinite, a differentiation from the norm and not a fantastic entry, but not a horrendous. Yeah, exactly. MCC was not functional. It just didn't work. It was awful at launch. It is fantastic now. Great input into, hey, if you want to experience Halo, get the MCC. You get 4 games for $60. They even put it on sale sometimes. Link. That's not bad.
No, I agree. You get a pretty good chunk for what you're paying.
They screwed over Halo 2 Remastered to port over a bunch of games at the same time rather than releasing it in the standalone game. Now I will never forgive them. I don't care if it works now.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with this. Yes. Okay, sure. But I like to take things as they are now and not as they were. And yeah, like the matchmaking was so broken, it just didn't function. So it didn't work when MCC launched. Now it's amazing. And that's the opinion I'm gonna stick to. I don't care.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Patterns are recognized, and I saw 343 never living up to anything. By the time 4 was to be released, and I was right.
To be fair, 4 was shit, so.
4 was not great. Not as bad as 5, but still not great.
Yeah. Oh. MCC pulled a No Man's Sky and fixed, improved everything, and at least the team put that game and cared enough to fix the mistake instead of just abandoning it.
Yeah.
We don't talk about 5?
We don't. Yeah, ammo economy in 4 was terrible, especially in multiplayer. It was... bleh. Yeah. 4 is still, if you look at the MCC collection, so the Master Chief collection, 4 is still my least of that entire It just is. But 4 is still acceptable as a game. 5? We don't speak of 5.
We don't speak of that abomination.
There was
Halo
for a little
2's
bit there, when we were playing the Halo games, that there was actually rumors that they were going to put 5 in the MCC.
Yeah. Halo 2 is my least favorite. I mean, I can understand that. It's one of my personal favorites because I think I've played it 30
Well,
plus
also,
times.
if you wanted to go into Halo 2 on Legendary, and that was the only way you were doing it,
Yeah, Halo 2 on Legendary is a bitch.
yeah, it's the only one we haven't done on Legendary. You know why? It's a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried. Oh god, we tried.
Oh yeah. We tried and gave up.
6.
We were like, no thank you.
Yeah, Jackal snipers have always been overtuned. That's just a fact of the entire series. Jackal snipers are just overtuned assholes on Legendary. It doesn't matter what's happening. Someone who is legendary to everything but infinite. Yeah.
And you'll be doing that when we do it.
Well, that'll be fun.
Because we're doing Infinite Legendary to begin with.
Those boss fights are gonna suck.
That's when we finally get to it. That we all have to have like 2 or 3 days that we're not working, and that's all 3 of us.
Yeah.
I think that'll come eventually.
Oh, it will. When Dom
I
gets out of
the
his
Doom
current
boss
job.
is bullshit and no one will say otherwise. I'm not gonna disagree with you.
5 isn't even on Steam. I want to remind you.
Yeah. 5 isn't there.
Is there a reason why?
Because it's bad.
Because they only released it on the Xbox.
Well, no, it's on PC.
Fair enough.
You can play it on PC.
Oh yeah, sorry, you can't play it on PC. It's just it's not on Steam.
Yeah.
You just never played it over.
Yep.
Sounds like there's a good reason.
Yeah.
Xbox exclusive.
Literally. Most of their library isn't exclusive anymore.
Yeah.
No,
Which,
because they realized that.
I'm glad about because I think console exclusives are bullshit.
Yeah. Like Nintendo, I get. Because Nintendo has been Nintendo for decades. And they've done this.
And they will continue to be
Exactly.
Nintendo forever.
Like, now Sony, if you want to give me Astrobot, I will buy Astrobot on day 1. Astrobot looks good. Give me
Astrobot
Stellar
looks
Blade as well.
Fun to play.
Stellar Blade and
Stellar
Astrobot.
Blade's coming.
Yeah, we know Stellar Blade's coming. But give me Astrobot. I will buy Astrobot on day 1 and play the hell out of that. I'm off to destroy the filthy Xenos. May the light of the Emperor guide you all. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Murder all the
That's
Xenos.
a game I need to play.
Most FPS games make it so the first shot the enemy fires only can't hit you. Legendary seems to drop that roll off a cliff, hence God's own aimbot jack. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's why we enjoy Legendary, because it's hard, but in like a fair way.
No, it's not. It's not fair.
Here's
It's
what's
really
really sad is we are all dog shit at master difficulty raids in Destiny, but we do Legend Halo and we're fine with it.
It's almost like master difficulty and champions are bullshit.
Mostly champions. Honest to God, most of the issues that we have with master is just champions.
Yeah, because champions are bullshit.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
So.
Get that red for the cop.
Wait, hold on. The Halo 5 Forge mode still has the cash shop? I thought they removed that thing.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this copper, but it exists.
Yeah, Legend Halo can be half knowledge. That's if you're playing solo, especially.
Oh yeah. Occo, I think, already has the awesome sync, if not already done.
Well, there's always the you can always get more.
Right, but I mean, like, the one-time buys is probably just...
Oh yeah, I'm done with all of the one-time buys.
Yeah.
I've, the only things I'm missing are the trophies. And... the Cybertruck. Or, excuse me, the Cyber Wagon.
That's what it says, the Cyber Wagon.
Wagon.
Ken probably hasn't even unlocked Cyber Wagon.
You mean vehicles?
Yeah.
No, I've unlocked vehicles, I just haven't made one yet.
No, so...
I know that the
to
Cyber
unlock
Wagon is.
Do you know how to unlock it, though?
I was shown how to unlock it like 2 days ago, and that information is now out of my brain.
Throw a ticket in the awesome sync.
Oh, right. In fact, I have a spare ticket. I don't know what the fuck to do with. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I don't have power to my awesome sync. That can wait.
You don't power your awesome sync?
The
No.
Cyber Wagon works about as well as the Iron.
I have
Power,
been working
correct?
this entire course of the stream getting my coal working. Before we got off last night, my power grid shit the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It is about that time of year for you, isn't it?
What the hell? Sorry, was it just me or was Akko's voice like 10 times faster for like a second?
That was just you.
Okay.
It was just you.
Okay, fair. Anyway,
Yeah, heroic is the lore accurate. Correct.
just me? Okay, fair enough. So yeah, my power grid shit the bed last night, and I've been working the entire time I've been on status before the stream even, on my coal system.
Have you gotten any more generators hooked up?
I have all the lines for the coal. I
Okay.
need to figure out how to set it up, like how to make all four work together.
Oh, that looks so cool.
And I got all my water extractors up. I got basically everything's up. I just need to get the coal situated.
Pull into the system.
Yeah. Right now I'm waiting on more reinforced steel so I can get more plates going, or more conveyor belts going.
Just leave it on all night. You'll get it.
That'd require me to want to leave the game on all night, and it's still hot. No. You two know what's in my computer. Now imagine that heating my office.
Jet engine.
Yeah. Especially Satis, which is a beefy game. Like, if you're it's cold where you are, that's one thing. It's still hot where I am.
Mm-hmm. How long's
yeah,
the
no.
Roleplay? Oh, we can talk about that, actually. Did you guys see that there are robot maids? happening now?
Yes.
Or can I
That
buy
Elon
one?
Musk is working
Yeah,
on.
Elon drove out, well, not himself, but his team, drove out. I swear to God, a giant, almost mobile conveyor belt of robots that can do everything for you. And people have mirrored it almost 1-to-1 with iRobot.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the robots look very similar.
They look very similar. Even the thing they drove them in on looks familiar and similar in the movie.
I feel like he's doing that intentionally.
He might be doing that intentionally, but... Because Elon is a nerd. This is very likely very intentional. But...
He's very autistic about it.
Yes, he is. But the point remains, no touchy this. Bad. Cease.
I'm gonna touch it.
Elon called the showcase Wii Robot? Yeah. No, if he did that, then 100% he knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Did anyone see his fucking van?
Which one?
No.
The Tesla, like, mass transport van?
No.
Oh, is he making a van?
Oh,
now, too?
yes. Yes, I did see that.
The thing that looks like a fucking monorail?
Yeah.
I'm not
The Robo Van
surprised.
looks like a lead car for a bullet train? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
It actually is kind of cool looking. I cannot deny that.
I feel fucking stupid.
Oh, it is very stupid. But this is one step before putting cat ears on and a tail on him.
I'll be honest with you, I'd be okay with that.
Here's the thing, Elon has still said that he's gonna bring us cat girls, and he has not reverted that statement.
Oh, Lord.
I'd be fine with that, chat. You know I would be. All of you would be, too. None of you can tell me that you wouldn't be.
I don't know, it depends. Did they get the personality of a cat? Because if they get the personality of a cat, they're just bitches.
No, they'd just be pussies. Because, you know,
Uh-huh.
cat girls.
Disappointed in you. I'm allergic.
I'm allergic, but I must have cat girl.
This can only end in one way: Matrix, Terminator, and Nier. Wow, there are 3 endings to this story: Matrix, Terminator, and Nier. Humanoid robots never end well. Yeah. Also, don't fuck the robot.
Listen, if it's the near one, I'd be okay with that.
No, don't fuck. No, God. Did you not play Xenoblade 2?
Yeah, I did, and the guy, the dude that was with the chicks got 3 fucking wives out of it. What do you mean, man?
Do you not remember the scene where he flat out called Pyra fat?
Yeah. I don't think he was trying to be mean.
No, but he did. And she's a robot. Kind of. Something.
Don't call your robot wife fat. Easy. I'm all for it. You
He
know,
paid
after
for
listening
it.
to Mizu the other night, after listening to Mizu the other night, I'm totally for it. I need a robot to be my girlfriend so that when they finally take over the world,
No.
I will be desirable enough to keep around.
None of those futures are ideal. None of them.
Oh, I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm just saying it's gonna happen. So I'd much rather have a robot
Oh, no,
girlfriend that
no.
likes me than hates me.
Joe just said no near future, please. That one may be the worst outcome. No, they're all awful.
They're all bad.
I mean, in that outcome, at least we're all dead, and I don't have to experience it.
Fair. What about Futurama?
That's like 3,000 years into the future, though. Way past me.
Terminator was not. Terminator definitely was not. Unless I'm misremembering Terminator.
I was about to say, like, I don't remember the year for Terminator. Hold on.
But
It's
considering the
in the
fact
distant
that
future.
the main character, the main human character, is John Connor, who is a kid in the movies and then is an adult in the war, like, I would say probably at least a 30-year gap. Ish. 30, maybe 35.
2027 is when Skynet takes over.
Yikes.
So yeah,
Terminator.
yeah, it's
We're
definitely
coming up.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, chat. Who's gonna be Skynet? Is it Elon Musk? I bet you it could be.
He's dumb enough to do it.
He is dumb enough to do it.
He is.
Apparently, Skynet does exist. Actually, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, a version.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of like version like Skynet exists. Yeah.
Well, you've heard of the way that the military systems defend their like fleets, right? Aegis system.
Oh yes.
Because that thing's terrifying.
Yeah. Hold on. Do I like hot dogs? Yeah. Who doesn't? I want a hot dog now. I haven't had a hot dog in a while.
I had one recently from IKEA.
I've never been to an IKEA.
You've never been to IKEA?
No, never.
I've been in one, and it was not long. Because we were just picking something up.
They are cool, but they are made to trap you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think the only thing I might consider buying from like an IKEA might be like their Alex drawers, because at least those have like lots of storage.
Their desks
Oh, their
aren't
drawers?
bad.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I say that having a desk from Walmart, but you know.
It's even
I
worse.
mean-
I'm sorry.
Hey, it was
Like,
cheap.
IKEA is not good, but Walmart's worse.
I mean, I think IKEA is just fine.
It was affordable,
That's the thing.
and I
It's
liked
like
it.
IKEA can work just fine for some people, but they are still like in price cheap. So there is the chance that it is going to give out a lot sooner than something of like a higher cost. Not
I
always.
think it's metal framed, so it's alright.
I don't know. IKEA is like SCP. IKEA is like good until you find an actual good desk.
Yes. Like my desk is a Costco desk. It's like a Costco brand standing desk, and it has served me very well. My only
If future becomes Helldivers 2, oh god, no, please.
oh fuck
Please
no.
not.
My only complaint with my desk is how like thick it is. So like, I can't put my the clamp for my boom arm on my desk. Like that has to stay on the rack my computer is on. If my desk was thinner, I could clamp my monitors or my mic to it. Sorry, it's late.
No, that's fine. I mean, it is late. It is getting late. But I do feel like we've covered a lot today. And talked about a lot of good stuff today. I think that I don't know. I'm pretty happy with how things turned out today. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah. It was cool to invite Malice, the little potato, occasionally. That was
Potato.
fun. I know that it's late for you too, Malice.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
getting
late.
up there in time.
Yep.
So I
The
think
only
we are
thing
gonna be
I
done
will
now.
need out of YouTube for the call of the night is how to get my coal system running.
I can help you out with that, yeah. Nobody is streaming. Lo-fi girl it is. Before we end off here, chat, let me make sure I got all these super chats here, because I am a dirty whore, and I like to read things to make sure that I've got your stuff out. Let's see. I don't believe I read Massive Doge when he said, reminds me of BLM event in Fortnite. Probably didn't read that one.
I remember that happening.
Okay. And then Braden4141 says, having a good experience with a bad product shouldn't get you hate, and having a positive option about a bad product because of your experience is valid. Agreed. Agreed. Excuse me. I believe that's everything here for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody that donated, or just came in general. You guys are amazing. Let's see. My gosh, phrasing. If you're on YouTube, I'm gonna rate, or not YouTube. If you're on Twitch, I'm rating Bonnie. If you're on YouTube, you're gonna listen to the Lo-Fi Girl. I might be back tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I owe you guys a membership stream. Become a member for as low as $1 a month on YouTube, and you will get access to membership streams. I believe when I do the next one, we'll do something fun. Other than that, I'm heading out for the night, chat. You guys have a good one.
You have a good night, chat. I'm gonna jump off as well.
Sleep well, you idiots.
Yay, good night.